All right, Toy Fair is here, and there is a lot of toys to cover. This is the Infinite Shelf Life stream. I am Infinity Wartorn, and I am joined by Falcon
Hello.
and Joestar.
It's me, still me. I'm here in the corner.
And I also just realized that my initial graphic that that snake is not at Toy Fair. Whoops.
That's kind of funny.
I was so excited to give you your first bingo space that
Yeah,
we put it on the main thing.
I sincerely was not expecting that, like, to be announced or anything. So that's awesome. Great.
Yeah, and with the state of play, like I don't know if you saw the chat, but it makes a lot more sense now that they're making uh toys, considering they're doing the. Is it it's a remaster, right? Not like a remake.
Basically, yeah, it's a remaster.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
not.
even
It's not.
watch it.
It's not
So.
like it's not like Delta where it's a remake.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say that God of War uh original trilogy, that's supposed to be remakes, right? Or are they
Yeah.
Yeah.
remasters? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out because when you say God of War trilogy remake, and it's like, well, are you gonna do it like the new games? If that's the case, it's gonna take a decade. So it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people would be mad just for it to be like the new games, but I wouldn't care.
or at least
It's
like
God of
with like
War.
the I guess when I say that, I mean with like the the quality and polish,
Oh, okay.
not necessarily the gameplay, but
Oh, okay.
like when you say
Yeah.
remake, that means like okay, you're using the original as a design template, but you're starting from the ground up, basically.
Right.
So it's like, is it really gonna be a remake?
All right. With that, we'll go with improvements on things that already exist.
Oh,
Upgrade
yes,
kits.
Yeah.
yes. I'll try to get through this quickly so we can get to the toy fair. So yes, DNA announced their upgrade, their long anticipated upgrade kit for HasLab Omega Prime. So the quick backstory on this is when they initially said that they were working on stuff for Omega Prime, they indicated that the fix slash replacement parts were going to be available separately from the traditional upgrade kit that they typically do for figures, and that is not the case. They also did not provide any new updated parts for the parts of concern on the set. They simply provided a replacement chest piece, and that's it. And then the rest is their typical upgrade nonsense. All that
Wow.
being said, I'm in for one.
Okay.
I was gonna say
They got you.
it sounds like they got you.
Yeah, I'm in this. I'm in this deep. So like, I got to get at least one to check it out. They also said that for some reason, compared to like their other sets and products, this is going to be more limited. Um,
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know if they're doing that just to juice sales or if that's true. I mean, it does come with a bunch of like additional like clips to make the fan super mode that's pictured here a little more viable to force stuff to hang on a little more securely. Um, and the articulated hands are certainly nice. I mean, I think the HasLab should have come with that to begin with, especially since he only loosely holds the Matrix blade. He doesn't really have like a blaster or anything that he holds in his hands, so it should have had articulated hands. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people were salty about this,
Dang.
as
All right.
Transformers fans typically are.
All right. And I think next will be, we're not gonna do Toy Fair yet because there was a different uh convention, Wonder Festival 2026. I actually had to double check because I did just Wonderfest because that's what everyone calls it, and there's a different convention called Wonderfest that I almost put the graphic for, but this is the correct
Oh
one.
man.
And like I had said before, I got excited and
Looks
put
cool.
a non-Toy Fair offering on the front graphic because we got our first bingo space of Toy Bingo of 2026. Revoltech is making some Metal Gear and some Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden
Gaiden.
The age-old
figs.
debate.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got classic and the more modern games for Ninja Gaiden, and then uh, this is just a sampling of their Metal Gear figures that they're gonna have. So
Heck yeah.
no need to track down old, uh, not an old Snake, but an old Snake figure for you this time. But yeah,
Too many snakes.
yeah, hey, for real, looks great. And then, like I said, we don't always cover video game stuff, but there's so much news today that there was a state of play for PlayStation, and they revealed that there's gonna be some remaster stuff for uh, Metal Gear. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Synergy.
It'll be great. And then also that collab they're doing right now with like Rainbow Six. But I don't think I'm gonna get that though. That's another game I don't want to touch anymore. I think I'm done.
All right, and then moving right along, 52 Toys is making a 1/12 scale Captain Commando, so that's exciting. I know that they had made a 1/18 scale one, and that made me excited because I believe at the time they had said that if sales are good for the 18th scale ones, that they were going to do 1/12. So here we are. Sales were apparently good.
Nice.
And it looks pretty decent. I am not super familiar with 52 Toys, but uh, the 1/18 scale figures look pretty good, and they did like the full team right off the bat. So they went all in. I don't think that's going to be the case for the 1/12 scale one, but that makes us ever closer to having a older MVC roster. Even though I've heard that Jin rights are a black hole, and that's
Oh, yeah.
probably never going to happen. So we will have to pray to the third party gods to make one. And then Strider is better, but again, it will potentially need like some kind of relevancy to Capcom, or Capcom remembering that Strider is a character that they own, and that's when that figure will get made. But yeah, exciting. More MVC figures is never a bad thing. And then this is the new 1,000 Toys. New-ish? Old new old?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll go through this real quick too. So yeah, 1,000 Toys is releasing a repaint of their original Master Chief figure that came out in the before times. Um, so yeah, this is as far as we know, just a repaint of that original figure, warts and all. It is the green is maybe closer to what your mind's eye of Master Chief would be, rather than the more drab green that the original figure was. But it's still the stylized sculpt that they did. Their Infinite Chief was far more true to the original art. And then the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive part of this, it comes with a shotgun, but this seems to be the same mold that the Noble Team Reach figures, the shotgun that was probably made for a meal, which is not accurate to CE Chief. And CE Anniversary, they did use the Reach shotgun model in that game, but this figure is being advertised as just CE Chief, not CE Anniversary. Um, I think this green is also skewing more towards CE Anniversary rather than original CE. Um, and Thousand Toys also posted on their Instagram a vague comment that is not making anyone happy because this figure is notorious for having bad wrist joints. So it has ball joints at the wrist, and it's a combination of the balls being too small and then the sockets in the hands being too shallow, and so the hands, as soon as you go to move them, they just pop off extremely easily.
Ooh, rough.
Yeah, and it makes like two-handed poses like with that shotgun basically impossible.
Hate to
But
see
after
it, man.
a week or two after this got announced, they posted on Instagram with some vague post saying something along the lines of, "Whenever we do reissues or re-releases, we always take into consideration adjustments or improvements that can be made, and so." That's something that we like to do sometimes. Maybe also with this Halo Master Chief, and then everyone in the comments was just like, oh, "Did you fix the wrists or not?" You know, like, what the hell? Um, and yeah, and then overall, my personal opinion is that with this being announced now with a summer release date, and then Campaign Evolved is also rumored to have a reportedly going to have a summer release date now. I'm pretty convinced that Thousand Toys won't be doing a Campaign Evolved Chief. This is just they're re-releasing this now to coincide with that because as of right now, they do not intend to make a Campaign Evolved Chief, and this is their offering for that instead.
Yeah, I was gonna piggyback off of that because I don't have a slide for Toy Fair Halo stuff because from what I can tell, there was no Toy Fair Halo stuff.
Correct.
And I had read that when someone was talking to Jazzwares, they were asking like, "Hey, where is that? Is that going to happen?" And apparently, Jazzwares is currently still trying to figure out how they are going to do the rollout for it. So that means they exist, but they just did not feel confident putting it out during Toy Fair for retailers in so much as they don't know what the direction is going to be for release. So,
I had to reread the Preternia's comment a few times. I think he might be. It might be informed speculation, sure, but I think he's speculating when he's saying that sort of stuff. Um, I
oh,
mean,
is
they
it
definitely still
Preternia?
have.
I couldn't
Yeah,
remember who said
it was
it.
Preternia. Um, they still have the license. We knew that at like sometime I don't remember when, but there was a Jazzwares employee somewhere. I don't remember if it was in the Discord I'm in or on the subreddit. But there was a Jazzwares employee that said sometime in the back half of last year that they still had the license. And so Preternia talking to them at Toy Fair confirmed they do indeed still have the license. Preternia, he said maybe, so that's why I think he was speculating that they were
Ah,
trying to.
okay.
Jazzwares is still trying to figure out how they want to distribute Halo figures. And having distribution through retail will dictate how many units you make. And if a toy company isn't able to, a domestic toy company isn't able to distribute through normal retail channels, they may not be able to justify the cost of new molds for product. So I mean, so that's not a wrong conclusion to come to. If that's something Preternia is speculating on. Um, I do think that everything I've said before about Halo figures, like them being cyclical, and there being a big push when there is a game release, and the fact that Jazzwares still has the license, I still stand by my assertion that once the marketing campaign really starts for that game, we're gonna see figures from Jazzwares. Um, how much, how many, where? I don't know. Um, hard to say. If I was a betting man, assuming this is under the assumption that they're either okay with just going through via basically the Vault and GameStop, and maybe not Walmart and Target. Maybe they
I
can
was
figure
gonna
out
say
something with Amazon. I don't know.
maybe Costco question mark. They did that with the
Interesting.
they did
Oh,
that
they
with
did that. Yeah,
Fortnite.
the multi-pack with Fortnite. I think those were mostly reissues though, weren't they? Except
Yeah,
for one.
they were reissues, but I think they were
Yeah.
also I believe I did read something about like they were just like trying like different retail partners as well as just trying to see like, put that out there, see if anyone would buy it. So,
Yeah, that's
uh,
basically what Preternia was speculating as well, how they were just trying random stuff with Fortnite. So maybe they need to do that with Halo.
I, I I am kind of surprised because that things like if they did like a Halo 1/18 like big pack at Costco, that would really pop off, at least for me. And I'm
I mean, that's
actually
basically on the Vault right now.
yeah. And then at the same time, like again, now I'm just like thinking just like the possibilities of like just like big Costco pack stuff because they could definitely do that with like Pokemon as well because Costco
Yeah,
uh, uh, likes their
like
Pokemon
some big
deals.
items.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also did something similar with Walmart. There was it wasn't anything new, but there was basically a Walmart exclusive multi-pack where it was the World of Halo, Ghost, and Mongoose, and then the associated figures with those, but all in one package. It was a very oversized box. But
Damn.
yeah, I think that was released only through Walmart. Um, so they had tried stuff like that before. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, but just to cap off my thoughts on that is we know they have the license. There will, in my mind, there is undoubtedly going to be figures released this year to coincide with the game's release. And because of what we know about production timelines with with just action figures in general, like 12 to 18 months, um, I I would hazard to guess we're going to see at least 2 full waves of Halo products from them.
For sure.
Nice.
Uh, uh, Another toy line we're gonna get 2 waves of. Please, 2 more waves. I another bingo space for me with April. Um, I feel like they can do one more wave of O3 Turtles through Super 7. Though this bike does not bode well for that.
Mm,
As much as
the
the
$130 bike or whatever it is.
yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But if anything, it is kind of interesting that they did like a themed wave because each one of these figures is going to come with a helmeted head. I do kind of wish though that uh, they are doing a head incentive pack again for doing the wave. Unfortunately, I will not be doing that because I don't need another RAF, especially biker RAF. Uh, so that kind of
He's so
sucks.
rad.
Uh, so that kind of sucks, especially since the April incentive head is like one with like a headset, but not the biggest loss if I don't get that. But like I said, another bingo space. I'm glad that this wave is existing at all, at least for April
For
and
now.
Hun. Yeah, I mean
Right.
that is the other thing. I am kind of afraid because like we said, the announcement counts, but there is also a possibility that they end up not making this, and Super 7 has not made certain figures or even waves before due to low uh, orders and the $65 price point on all these plus the $150 bike is not great. That's that I'm that is
Crazy.
a very that is a very much a like this potentially might not get made, but um I will I will order the April when I see the pre-order up, but Hopefully,
Yeah, I don't know what they're smoking over there.
yeah, hopefully Super 7 acquiring like all those licenses will like give them some
They're gonna make so much
some
money on Shrek, man. You have no idea.
I mean
It's gonna be great.
legit I think Shrek is actually like a good move for them. I think that would uh, it's so funny because in the toy sphere Super 7 is hated for, you know, some legit reasons, some for not. Not finishing lines is a huge one. Price point is a big one. But and I don't have a slide for this, but they did acquire a whole bunch of like random licenses, including Shrek, including Law and Order. What? Though I will laugh if they make a like a medical examiner figure. I think that counts for me if we're bingo.
Yeah.
I get
Uh,
Yeah, I'd give it to you.
That would be bananas. That would be absolutely bananas. But like I said, they acquired these licenses. Apparently people are actually like really excited for their O-ring turtles that they're making. So I think $25 is egregious for a 1/18th scale figure that is an
What?
O-ring. But like yeah, like they're 1/18 scale O-ring turtles, G.I. Joe style, and they're $25 each. Yeah,
Yikes.
insane. But people are excited for them, so maybe there's just you know, between that and like I said, the Law and Order thing, Shrek, maybe they'll have some.
Half a dozen other things that they announced that I already
Yeah,
forgot.
maybe they'll have a revenue increase enough that like maybe they can take a loss on doing a run of like this wave. Like I said, I hope these come out, and I hope that the actual product, like there was a lot of complaints between like the renders and like the actual for the wave 2 of the O3 set. I personally did not. I was not really peeved about it, but obviously a lot of people were, and like you know those complaints are valid, especially with how expensive the figures are. But like I said, right now my worry is not about the quality; is about whether these will exist in months from now, kind of thing. So here's hoping. All right. But on to the main event. Toy Fair happened this past weekend, slash is happening now. The,
Yes.
yeah, so there's still like some news trickling out, but a lot of the big stuff that people wanted to know was already available when show opened. So we'll start going through it. Todd Father is coming in hot. He is very much preparing for DC to leave him for Mattel. He is also the licensing teams on the various major toy makers are having a field day. They're just acquiring anything and everything. And like I said, McFarlane is going really all in on like video game stuff, which is, you know, not a bad strategy. And they're also doing a bunch more in anime and even sports stuff. But
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that seems to be the case across just all media in general. It's just companies, TVs, movies, video games, they're all going after licensing IP right now. That seems to be what's selling. So
yeah. So I I believe Joestar, you're rejecting your bingo space for this vault dweller because
Yeah.
I legitimately thought this was like a generic vault dweller. I didn't realize that
So
was like a
that
character.
one in specific is Nora from Fallout 4. So she's
Okay.
I guess a pre-generated character you can play as, but it's like default skin for the female body.
Okay.
That's about it. I
All right.
mean,
If you don't want to take the space, that's up to you. Uh
I'll take it when they have like just plain vault suit and then multiple accessories to like swap out stuff, like
Absolutely
armor
fair.
pieces maybe and all that. That's when I'll take that space. But
Well, it's
right now,
McFarlane, so that's either coming next month or 5 years from now.
it's just, yikes.
Yeah. Oh, and before we proceed, I just want to note that most of the pictures that I've used are from Toyark. They had some pretty good photos. I've left the watermarks in. So, I mean, if you're a toy person, you're probably using Toyark anyway. So, like, you're gonna see some very familiar photos. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there that it's either Toyark or Preternia that is our big toy people to really follow for your toy news. But Joe Star, since you are the big Fallout guy, any strong feelings or comments or concerns about the figs you have seen?
So far, the power armor stuff, like, seems to be all just recolors of the T60. Even the new TV show tie-ins, like for Maximus, that's just a shinier coat of paint on T60 with the head swap. I mean, I guess. Hopefully they'll start, moving on and like doing other armors soon instead of just repaints because I'm losing my patience here. I want my T50. Give me my T51 right now. Um and the Ranger looks pretty decent. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting anything else. I mean, I did see the Cooper Howard at my local GameStop, so I might grab that just so I could have a little Walter Goggins figure. But yeah, aside from that, Fallout is looking pretty decent right now. Aside from the power
Recreate
armor
your
being
favorite Walmart ads.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
pretty
was
great.
also very sad. No Super Mutants again. Toy bingo wise,
Yeah,
is prime time for Super Mutants, and no nothing from the Todd father on that end.
yeah. I feel
Uh,
like they're gonna be waiting for sure on season 3 of Fallout. I'm not gonna spoil anything, mainly because I don't know how far anybody is in the show right now. I am all caught up, and I'm diving deep on all these theories right now. So,
yeah, I will say, not to go super tangent on it, I do feel like it felt like half a season this past
mm,
season. So
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard
it
that.
was very split on like the focus,
mhm.
so it felt very incomplete.
All right. And then I'm also not a big uh, person on Hell Divers. I don't really know too much about it. These don't seem bad, but they're also, it's not super varied either. Uh, I did just realize they are wired capes. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
common that
just saw
is.
that too. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Um, Well, like me personally, I play a lot of Helldivers. I kind of wish it was completely customizable. Like, well, I know you could do customs and like swap parts and stuff. I'm not sure about swapping capes in this situation because it seems to me it's molded or like it's like tucked underneath that chest piece.
Mm.
So, I mean, unless you want to do complete plastic surgery and stuff, but aside from that, like head swaps and well, yeah, just head swaps only, I guess. Sucks.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the little I've seen of how McFarlane does Batman capes, if you want to do any sort of modification, it's a major pain.
Yeah.
Bang. But obviously, this is just the first crack at it, so maybe they will improve. Maybe they. I don't know how receptive Todd is to criticisms like that. I feel it's probably he doesn't listen to that
Yup.
because,
Yeah. With
uh,
how like most of the DC figs are,
yeah. So, but Helldivers cultural stock is definitely like going up and up. I had only just recently heard that they're doing a movie for it. Don't know how that's gonna go. Uh,
That's really snake eating its own tail, man. Let me tell you.
yeah.
We're just watching
I
Starship Troopers at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like we're making satire of the satire of the satire. It's like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
That's why it was funny. I was talking to some folks about like because the first casting for it is Jason Momoa, and it could really go either way if they're like trying to do like super serious or like not serious at all. So and if they are still in the development stage in terms of like story, they definitely chose a good actor to be able to pivot either way because I
Yeah.
can like Momoa can do serious, but he can also do goofy as anyone who saw Minecraft movie. Not me, but I've heard that he's like pretty goofy in that. But
Oh, it's
uh
great. It's
yeah.
fantastic. Watched it like 4 times.
God.
But yeah, but also guy who adapted Last of Us for HBO. So like a
Ooh, okay.
50 on how good or bad that potentially can be. But all right. What is after Helldivers? It is Hellboy. uh yeah, so I
I
just
see a theme here.
yes. So yeah, apparently these are McFarlane Hellboy figs on the left, and
Oh boy.
I wanted to put the boss fight render. Just I did flip it, so don't come at me
Okay.
Okay.
about the fist being wrong.
I was
That's
like,
not
wait a
boss fight.
minute.
That was me. That was me. I reflected it. Um, they wouldn't make such a huge mistake like that. Uh, but yeah, I just wanted to like put it out there, just like there's options between these two. Obviously, um, I think a boss fight is pretty good about sticking to 1/12 scale. I do not know what the scale of this McFarlane Hellboy would be, but there is some talk about people like taking this coat from this Hellboy as well because you know
Yeah, throw it on a Ninja Turtle, man.
uh,
Or the Thing,
or the
even
thing,
better.
yeah, the thing. Okay.
That would be great, honestly.
Oh, man, now I'm just
Man,
thinking about like just ordering the coat from a boss fight since that's what they're doing already, and just putting it on
right.
the thing instead. Anyway,
Oh, man.
but yeah,
You
so
gotta get a
there's
hat
just
then.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, so there's dueling Hellboys out there, so people can pick and choose which one. Uh,
Yeah, I might have to
and
go with McFarlane because it's possibly the more affordable option. So,
it will most likely be a lot more affordable, yeah. Um,
yeah.
and now another Joe Star highlight is a Motu movie. Uh, last time we had talked about the movie, I don't think the renders had come out yet, but obviously the full figures are now out. Honestly, they are gorgeous. Like just
They're
everything I've
amazing.
seen, they look great. Like like it's Triclops has like glass. I think it's like a glass eye, or at least like it's potentially like um uh just like really nice clear plastic on the eye. Skeletor mouth moves, and
Oh
the
wow.
one that like really impressed me is on Battle Cat. When you close the mouth, the top teeth
Oh,
go
yeah, the
in,
fangs. Yeah.
and then opening the mouth like bears the teeth more. Just like wow, that's incredible, fantastic,
Right.
toyetic, and like collector friendly. Just so good.
Yeah, 100%. I believe it's gonna be a glass eye on Triclops as well, because they did, mention for Battle Cat that Battle Cat's eyes are gonna be glass as well, so
Yeah.
it catches light a lot easier. Another cool thing is just that they're making a new line, the Chronicles line, which is where all these are going into, um, kind of phasing out. Masterverse, but I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I'm still getting toys.
If anything,
um,
they can triple down and just have Masterverse Chronicles and Core is their $10 line. So
right. And then like the newer like kids toys they showed were honestly really good too. Like
mhm.
I was surprised. I'm like on top of that, Battle Cat's like uh powered and like motorized and stuff. Like
Yeah, yeah, he has
what?
play
What?
features.
It's crazy. And then they're I heard they're still keeping the Origins line going, so that's good. Um, get your little stocky He-Man toys still, which I'm actually starting to grow. It's starting to grow on me, like all the well, I mean, all these back here. The Origins design is growing on me, along with just Mattel in general, which is great. And then all this is coming out at the same time of me getting in, so now my money is gonna burn. It's gonna be great. It'll be fun. Ah.
They'll announce a Master of the Universe, Universes Beyond set at the end of the year, and Joestar will just burst into flames.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna turn into Ash. Like,
Yeah, I'm
oh man.
interested in seeing these just from a review perspective when deeper hands-on happen. It looks like there's some pretty interesting engineering going on that we don't typically see
Yeah.
in Western figures. That'll hopefully move the rest of the industry forward, to say it nicely.
Yep.
Like
Right, right.
Uh,
I saw that
yeah,
like the hands and the wrists. I don't entirely understand how they function because I think it was maybe Pixel Dan showed it. He showed it pretty. He glossed over it pretty quickly, but the hand, the hinge joint isn't on the hand. Like the hand has a peg socket in it, and then the articulation happens on the forearm for the wrist. But
Oh, snap.
I didn't fully understand if it was just like a static hinge or if it was like kind of like a Mafex figure where it's a peg hinge peg situation.
Right. Damn. I think
If
the
it's like
one
Mafex where it has hinge and rotation, I think that would be absolutely wild.
oh, that would be so sick. I mean, with first of all, the ability for He-Man to actually reach for his sword on his back is crazy. So, because like most of my figs can't even do that. I mean, they added butterflies on this one, so I'm super hyped to see where all this ingenuity is going
yeah.
after the movie comes out.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
man.
speaking of which, the that
Oh,
does tell me, at least like I'm extrapolating, obviously, but if that's how good the Motu line is gonna be, I think this premium collector
woo!
line is going to be like fire, guys.
They be cooking.
It's
Like
gonna be bananas for sure.
it's gonna honestly make everyone who's hating on the kids line stuff look really dumb because
Right.
I remember those first few picks came out and people were like, "Wow, these are just absolute like garbage," and it's like, wait, this is like the $10
Yeah, no
offering,
one
guys.
realized that. Yeah.
Like it
Right.
if like double the amount gets you what they're doing with Chronicles, I'm so excited for what the DC premium is going to be. So again, it's not these. Like those are not it. Even though they look fine, like
Yeah,
that
I
GL,
really like the
they're
Green
totally fine
Lantern.
with me.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
The GL looks really good,
Geo
but
looks solid as fuck.
but the but yo, th- I am so ready for Todd to lose that license, dude. Let's go. The
Put him
that
in the
uh,
dirt.
like
Yeah, I've been
it has to be good. It has to be good.
yeah. I've been looking more closely at what they do for WWE. Um and it's difficult to try to slot in what they're going to do for DC like and compare it to WWE because I'm fairly certain the licensing costs on WWE are really high.
Mhm.
And I know at least there they don't have to deal with individual actor likenesses. I'm pretty sure the wrestler likeness is tied to the WWE license. They're one and the same. Because you have to sign your soul away when you join the WWE. Um, so like, but even if you just do look at those WWE figures, because they have like 3 different tiers of product offerings. I have to imagine the DC stuff, especially like comic related stuff, is going to be even better than what they offer compared to WWE because they don't have as high of a licensing fee there. Um, I would imagine that's speculation, but yeah,
Yeah, that
it,
uh,
they're
I,
probably cooking something real good.
yeah, they're probably cooking, and I'm also excited for Marvel Legends 2028 because oh, if I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it is gonna be some level of like if these come out and they are swinging from the get, man, it will. There's gonna be so much pressure on Legends and just like Hasbro in general to step up because uh yeah, that's been the complaints, and considering Mattel is able to keep their prices lower and still spit out fire, like
Yeah,
the
those. So I guess we didn't say those Motu figures are $25.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's already that's under the their. I mean, obviously the licensing cost is going to be lower. But you know, those are live people. Those are actor likenesses figures, and they're cheaper than the standard Hasbro collector figure. And they are, I guess, the objective way to put it is more modern in terms of articulation
Mhm.
compared to the typical Hasbro figure.
Yep.
I'm just kind of glad they don't have to pay that much for the likeness of Jared Leto. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I would assume that's $0 there, unless it's some real BS where like Skeletor's actual like skeleton face was based on the skeletal
Oh,
structure of Jared Leto. So I wonder if that is still technically an actor license.
they got an X-ray of his skull.
Maybe.
It
Would be
yeah,
crazy if they
that
did
would
do
be
that.
insane. But yeah, so again, not gonna talk about this too much. The kids line stuff look actually pretty decent. But again, I feel like it's gonna pale in comparison to whatever the premium collector thing is gonna be. And again, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what they cook up. Speaking of, oh, I forgot to edit up the one thing, but whatever. Uh, the K-pop Demon Hunters figures look pretty decent as well. These are even cheaper at 22, and
Oh,
yeah, it's
that's
like
gonna fly.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Uh, I had to like look again at the one press release because I swore Hasbro was going to be the ones to make the K-pop Demon Hunters figures, but apparently not. It is Mattel making the figures.
Honestly, that might have been for the best.
Yep. That's what I was thinking too because I see this and just like, no, they cooked. This is good. Uh, Instant buy, whole wave. It just yeah. The have all the
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sanj
have to buy it as
boys.
well.
All the Sanj boys, all Huntrix. You get a bunch of faceplates, alt hands, and all the food items. Done. Just
Heck
done.
yeah.
Very good. No notes.
And you get abs.
And you get abs.
Yeah, a picture of abs.
All right. So starting with the Hasbro stuff, just a quick like I said, licensor teams are high-fiving all around. They're acquiring stuff. I did laugh at the amount of people who did not read the press thing for Street Fighter and thought that Jada lost the Street Fighter license. Please read, America. Just, just click.
That's
No, it's
not going to
hard.
change anytime soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
click the article and actually read the article because clearly
What if I just
state
had a gut reaction to the social media posting instead, and that's how I've lived my entire life?
uh just this is for the Street Fighter movie figures, which, uh
Makes
yeah, why
sense.
not? Yeah, why not? Uh
Yeah, for as far as
Really?
like domestic $20-ish action figures go, I think Hasbro is probably the best overall at nailing an actor's likeness for an action figure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the Voltron acquisition, that was a lot more surprising to me because just historically, that's always been a Playmates thing, at least in my lifetime. So the uh, man, Playmates taking some L's,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
great. Um,
And so
but
it'll be interesting to see how Hasbro goes about making these figure lines. Like obviously they're somewhat temporary in that um these are for movies. Um and the success or lack thereof of the movies will depend on whether more merchandising gets made, more movies, and so on and so forth. Um,
Right.
but usually when Hasbro picks up something additional like this, so like Indiana Jones, and I'm pretty sure Tron as well, if those they ever actually come out, because I didn't show them at Toy Fair, so I
oh
don't know if
yeah,
anyone
you're
noticed that.
right. Oh
Oh
my
um,
God, you're
boy.
right. Those are
yeah,
just
my
gone.
maybe. Maybe that line was contingent on whether or not the HasLab backed. I wonder if Hasbro snuck that into the contract and be like, okay, you're gonna make us do that, but we're not gonna commit unless the HasLab funds.
Right.
They were pretty smart if that's what they did.
Oh,
But anyway, my
dude.
understanding is, I definitely know the Black Series team and some of their budget went to the adventure line. I it seemed like when they announced that Tron stuff, it seemed like some of maybe the Marvel Legends team worked on those. Obviously Hasbro also has like a lot of outside contractors for like sculpting and stuff, so it's kind of murky as to like who's working on what and like stuff like that. But I heard from a YouTuber, so grain of salt. I won't name them, but we know who they are. That apparently there's the new guy. There's a new executive in charge of toys at Hasbro, and apparently one of their big things is going out and getting additional licenses and growing their portfolio
That's
with
crazy.
licensed brands. So with all of these pickups, I have to imagine they're expanding their teams. They're not gonna. I don't know if but maybe the budget's still getting reallocated, but in terms of like work personnel, I wonder if they're just straight up hiring new like lead designers and whatnot
Hmm.
to oversee these new brands that they're picking up. I don't know if you had it. I don't actually think you had it in the slides because why would we want to talk about them? But Hasbro did pick up Harry Potter as well, and
Yeah,
that will
that was on
it
purpose.
just
But yes,
yeah.
but yeah, you're
Screw,
correct.
we are. I hopefully speak for all of us when I say screw Harry Potter as a brand, but just in terms of like a business sense though, for Hasbro, like that's a long term thing more so than
Mhm.
these. So there's I have to imagine there's some sort of bigger staffing up happening on the toy design side for Hasbro.
Yeah, they're definitely looking into additional revenue streams, and in general, that should be good for everybody, kind of thing. As long as the toys don't suck
Yeah,
and like they fail.
yeah. One
um,
last thought. It will be interesting to see though if anyone from the Hasbro and maybe Takara side work on Voltron stuff at all, because they never
mhm.
brought them in to do any work on the Lightning Collection Zords, which seemed maddening at the time and also in hindsight. So it'll be interesting to see if they you know change their approach on Voltron here.
Yeah, I'm not knowledgeable as to who owns Voltron stuff Japanese side, so that there might be some stuff
Oh,
there.
yeah, true.
There might be some
Maybe,
stuff there, and that's why
yeah, maybe
Takara didn't
Takara
want to.
legally can't work on it.
Yeah, as much as it would be great, like I always had that thought too, Falcon, of like, oh, you guys do Transformers, you can do Power Rangers Zords, and that's gonna be awesome. And then it didn't happen, and it's like, okay, there's probably some like
Oh, yeah, on the
Jap.
Power Ranger side too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Duh.
probably some Japanese culture like not wanting to step on each other's toes things happening there.
Mm,
That no bridges want to
yeah,
be burned over. Hey, our American counterparts want us to work on this, but we're gonna not do that
yeah.
out of
Yeah,
solidarity
so for
or
people
whatnot.
that don't know, my understanding is the way the Hasbro Takara relationship works is that all of the engineers are on the Takara side. There are only designers on the Hasbro side. So basically they're just the Hasbro people are drawing pretty pictures and helping make decisions, but like all of the actual engineering work of making a functional toy is on the Takara side of Transformers.
Yeah. I also just realized that speaking of Power Rangers, I think I accidentally put Power Rangers next after this. Yep, I did. So not
It was an
it is
accident.
it is kind of Hasbro, kind of because Hasbro still owns it. But yeah, exciting for me because I personally like the Thunder Megazord more than
Same.
the OG. So uh, and I used to have a the just like the Red Dragon Zord. I did not have the armor pieces, but that unfortunately broke when I was a kid, and I look forward to getting a new one. Even though I'm not gonna lie, they kind of did my boy dirty in the box because I he looks kind of
Yeah.
he looked derpy in there.
Yeah.
He looks like someone smashed him into the ground and like his foot's just
Yeah.
like
Cartoony.
Like, all right, how do
yeah
we make this box as small as possible?
yeah um
Yeah, there's some interesting choices made on some of these.
yeah
Yeah, I'm
uh
surprised they didn't make the Dragon Zord like just long. You know what I mean?
Mm.
yeah uh
I forget how the
I
original transformation works.
yeah the I definitely will wait to say my overall thoughts until like I have it in hand because there is there's a little derpiness in like the fully assembled one that they have here at Toy Fair. It's not like it's gonna change, but
Right.
and at the same time like the OG toy that's like one of the reasons why I never got it is that I kind of didn't like how it looked. So I think that might be just how it be. Like you can't engineer this to make it look more like the show because obviously like toy versus like a pre-made suit is going to be different.
Right.
But the big thing that people took away from the booth this year was like, where's the Dragon Zord? Where's Titanus? And I have here from Long's Toys. Shout out to Long's Toys. He's been in the game for a long time. I'm glad that he gets to do Toy Fair regularly now. Um, but yeah, so Dragon Zord is up in the air. Um, Potentially still going to roll out. It will just take a little bit of time because they're looking for someone to carry it. I imagine it's pretty big considering it's like a standalone. I imagine they try to make it scale with the Megazord straight up, the Dino Megazord straight up, and have it be compatible with like its own configuration and not make that like humongous.
Right.
Right.
We'll see how that goes. Same thing with Tiger Zord. Um, there's uh, there's possibility, but it's kind of up in the air right now. And then I don't think they said anything about Titanus. I think Titanus is very much like
Oh yeah.
that's like
I
that's
think that's pipe
pie
dream for
yeah
sure.
that's pie in the sky for sure. Would it be awesome? Sure, but very like they very much have moved on. So
yeah. This seems absolutely buck wild. Like like I was saying on our Discord earlier. This seems to me like just like some sort of like Walmart rep was like, I don't like dragons, I don't want your dragon toy, like
Some
how do you
jerk at
say how do you
Walmart.
well, I mean, that's basically what who they're pitching to. They're pitching to
Right.
whoever is the executive in charge of deciding on what they're going to stock in their stores is who these toy companies have to pitch. That's what Toy Fair is for, is these reps
Right.
are meeting the toy companies and stuff.
Walmart rep is
But I'm
like,
like,
could you make
what?
it blue?
Right,
Would that
but
be a
yeah,
big
so like,
deal?
right, exactly, like, so like what kind of uninformed
Right.
nincompoop is saying no to toys for literally the most popular Power Rangers on the planet? Like,
Right.
makes no sense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do not have a retailer in America that has green as their primary color, so we couldn't get Dragon Zord right away. Otherwise, we would have.
Yeah,
That's the kind of dumb reality we live in.
legit, yeah.
If
Um,
yeah, if
and
Walmart or
then
Target were literally colored green, we would have a Dragon Zord. But
yeah,
because neither are, no one took this like
yeah,
exclusive, which would have
and then
flown off the shelves.
I think it was in Pixel Dan's video because he also got some similar information from the Playmates rep. It sounds like he was very tongue in cheek, the rep. It sounds like they're also going to do a Saba and a Tiger coin
Ooh,
for the Power Morpher.
that's
So
gonna
it'll
be
be
fun.
I have the Lightning Collection Dragon dagger, but they obviously never did a Saba, so I'd be interested to see what Playmates would do for it.
Yeah, but
Man.
yeah, hopefully we see the Dragon Zord sooner rather than later. I'm actually kind of surprised Amazon didn't take it. Amazon seems to
Right.
be cool with just like throwing around money, especially if you do like, I'm sure you could do a Amazon exclusive like full pack, and it's the Dragon Zord and all the auxiliary Zords as a pack.
Well,
It would suck. Yeah.
I was just about to ask, because they did do a 5-pack, was that exclusive to Amazon or was that all retailers?
That was Walmart only, actually.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised too. I honestly thought that would have been a Amazon thing as well, but because Amazon did that with all of oh my god, Dino Fury. So
Mm,
Mm.
yes,
I
yes,
thought
yes.
that was a shoe in to get the
I almost bought
all
that.
team pack. Yeah.
Oh damn.
But yeah. Hopefully we'll see it sooner rather than later. But just frustrating that apparently the fact that no retailer has green as their primary color is potentially the main reason why we're not getting this. I just hope that it doesn't. Whoever does get it, they have plenty, because obviously, like we said, the Zord belongs to a beloved Ranger, so that's gonna fly off the shelves, and
Yep.
it's easy money,
Belongs to the
retailers.
people.
um, yeah, I almost want to say like this would have been one of those like out of pocket Walgreens exclusives back in the day.
Oh
If
my
Walgreens was
God.
still doing it.
Surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next we got Black Series. Uh,
Yes, so
I was gonna say
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sure you have opinions,
Yeah.
Falcon.
So people can side tangent real quick. People can finally shut up. The Star Wars community, for some reason, the past couple weeks has been crashing out over the lack of marketing for this movie, and now the marketing, let's see, 94 days before the movie comes out, the marketing is starting, just like every single other movie that is released in this day and age. Um, so anyway, yeah, Hasbro announced their slew of toys and products, or at least the first wave of toys and products for the Mando and Grogu movie that comes out in a few months. And we primarily talk about 6-inch figures. So here's their Black Series stuff. So we're getting Deluxe Mando and Grogu pack, a bunch of troopers, and Sigourney Weaver.
Hey, I'll get Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah. So the main. Let's go ahead, Wartorn.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I do wonder how head swappable she will be with like various folks because uh I don't know, it to me it looks like a very generic body, like it could be either male or female, but obviously the frame
Yeah.
is most likely smaller.
Yeah.
But you
I'll
know,
I'll work down the line here. 'Cause
uh,
I have thought about that. So yeah, obviously the main star of the show here, literally Mando and Grogu. This is a deluxe pack. So this is unfortunately not granted I do have a custom cape on this right now, but it is not just a straight re-release of the Glavis Ringworld Mando figure, which is honestly from any company one of the best Mando figures to be released. So what they did with this figure is because Hasbro hates the people that buy their products, they made new thighs and removed thigh swivel. So that means they also made a new crotch piece and made the crotch piece uglier to give it more range. They made this could be potentially considered an upgrade. They made new forearms because the hands are on ball joints now instead of just hinges. But the photos seem to indicate that the ball joints actually have a decent amount of range, so that's pretty good. What else did they do? I think they said they did the original Glavis Mando came with a soft goods cape, but apparently they've made a new one for this one, so it'll be interesting to see what's different on that. And I think there might be some slight coloration differences, but it otherwise is pretty similar sculpt wise to Ringworld Mando. And then there's also comes with a Grogu that is molded specifically to hang onto his backpack. So like there's a small post on his backpack, and Grogu's hand is made to grab onto that and kind of like uh sit on his shoulder, which I think is pretty cool. And then he comes with like some other accessories that are specific to the movie, like a sword and a rifle. But this is a deluxe release, so you're getting less and paying more, in my opinion, as the Black Series goes these days.
Ripperoni.
I mean, I think that this is mostly a thing that's gonna be flooded into like the Disney parks and stuff.
mm,
So if you're just your 8 to 10 year old wants a Mando and Grogu figure, this is the thing you're gonna get them, and it'll be fine for that. But like for collectors, especially for people that already have the previous release, I don't see a reason to get this.
do, do they not
I might try.
do they not
Say
up the
what?
price in the parks for
That's
figs?
interesting thing. So I'm trying to think. I actually went to. I don't think so.
They didn't? Okay.
I don't think so. This interesting is release though. This release is interesting though. Apparently this is going to be $35, which is the old deluxe price.
Oh.
It seems like the new deluxe price is $40 because there were some re-releases put on Pulse, and that's how much they're priced at. However, it's confusing because the only other new deluxe to go up for pre-order since tariffs have gone into fully in effect is Lord Starkiller, and he is $43. But I'm wondering if he's only $43 because he has wired soft goods, or is he $43 because they're just skipping over 40 and going straight to 43? I don't really know, so we won't really know until they do more deluxe figures this year. But I'm guessing that this is $35, the old price. One, because they know that they think they're gonna sell more, and also because it's a ton of reuse anyway. Um, but yeah, and then a bunch of troopers here. So there's a regular remnant stormtrooper, which is looks like just piss yellow plastic.
It
And
looks like a
then
vintage toy.
They
right,
pre-yellowed it for you.
yeah, they
Yeah,
pre-yellowed it for you.
there you go.
I don't think that's weathering. I think that's just the color of the plastic. So we'll see
Yeet.
how that looks in real life. It is at least somewhat interesting though that the pauldron and then the little ammo pouch can come off, so you can do a little bit of variation there with
building.
your troopers.
Mm.
Yeah. Then there is some sort of AT pilot. I forget what variation of AT pilot this is supposed to be. People are complaining about the differences.
God.
I don't
Remnants
know.
at this
Sure.
point.
Yeah,
They'll wear whatever.
there's a bunch of people in Discord comparing and contrasting what the original movie looked like and what this figure looks like, and I'm like, okay, well, but like the new movie and like what changes did they make for the sake of making changes, or what's just different? I don't know. And then similarly, some sort of like this is like some sort of like kit bashed stormtrooper tank pilot sort of guy, the third trooper there.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of digging it.
Is it like swamp? Is it Swamp Trooper just in
Like
white?
short
No,
trooper.
No?
the I forget what the designation is, some sort of ATE tank maybe or something like that. That helmet was mostly used. I don't remember if it was seen in Rogue One, but it was definitely in a ton of Mandoverse
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
There was a lot of Mandoverse troopers that had that helmet. I guess most famously when
Bill
Mando,
Burr.
and Bill Burr snuck
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
base. They had
Yeah.
those
Okay.
helmets.
I don't know why I thought those were also Swamp Trooper, but yeah, you're right. Those are
Yeah.
undefined terrain trooper.
Yeah. And then the lower
Multi-terrain?
half is like some sort of like snow trooper get up. So
Yeah.
Right. I
whatever.
feel like it's gonna be in the same scenery as how they took those pictures for that Mando fig right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
probably
that's
gonna
pretty
be in
much
the same
all we
scenes.
at least from the teaser, actually the teaser and what was it, the celebration trailer that leaked last year that never got officially released. They've
Oh
only
man.
shown like the Hoth stuff. So I think it's on
Oh, I
Hoth.
didn't
It's a
even
pretty
realize
low
it was on
planet.
Hoth. Oh
I
man.
think so because there's ATTs. So there's
Right.
walkers,
Where
AT-ATs,
else
whatever
would
you say
there
with it.
be like more Empire hiding, you know?
I don't know.
Also,
Like,
that's
my
actually
closet.
that's actually a really fun reversal if that is actually true. But I'm not gonna lie. Just now I had the we just saw the Helldivers figs, and now I just can't unsee that this is like very
Oh,
Helldivers coded.
yeah.
For the
Head
like
swap.
undefined Mando trooper. But yeah, move along.
The only other somewhat interesting figure here is obviously the Sigourney Weaver figure. Yeah, this is a completely new X-wing pilot or Rebellion pilot figure. Has the standard stuff that you would expect from a modern Black Series figure. But interestingly though, I did look it up just to be sure. Sigourney Weaver is 6 feet tall, so I have to
Jesus.
imagine. Yeah,
Dang.
She's a
I
tall woman.
right. Or at least that's what the search result gave me. I don't know. Maybe the AI is wrong,
Okay.
but I didn't care to look any further. I know she's not small, but like six
Right.
feet. Okay. Either way, though, if that's even somewhat accurate, I have to imagine that this figure will just be straight up reuse for any other X-wing pilots that they want to release in the future. They might swap out like the gears and the straps and buckles are probably all overlays that they could swap out, but the base figure itself, I have to imagine is they lucked out with who they cast in this role, and so I think this figure is probably good to go for reuse in the future.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
keep
not
my
gonna.
eyes peeled for it. I'm a big
Yeah,
Sigourney Weaver fan, so
I was gonna say I just looked it up. I also got 6 foot in my search
Yeah.
results. Granted, it's AI. Fuck AI. But now I'm just imagining that either there's idiot Star Wars fans who are gonna get this Sigourney Weaver and she's gonna be like, she's too tall, or Alternatively, Star Wars team didn't know that she was tall and make her short because woman, and
Yep.
everyone will be like, she's not screen accurate, so
Right.
you can't win. Potentially, you
Right.
can't win.
Stinky.
Either way, I'm sure that this figure will go on fire sale and or end up be a Roscon future
Man, and
stock.
I'm not gonna
So I'm
lie,
tempted.
I'm very tempted to start collecting pilots because I have a Carson Teva, and
Hell yeah.
that 4-pack has gone on sale a whole bunch, and then I'm
Oh,
sure they're gonna make
nice.
I didn't look at the TVC. I'm sure there's one of her, so it's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of pilots I could have now.
Yeah, but yeah, so assuming this goes on fire sale, I'm tempted to grab one to put my Dave Filoni head on
Yeah.
because I have that figure, but that was a very old figure.
That's
And then the
awesome.
last one here is just a stormtrooper that stepped in poop, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here, but it's a Target exclusive, so if you want a poop
Man,
trooper, go for it.
that's
Trooper.
I would love to be in the room of like trying to sell this to a rep of like, all right,
Yeah.
so retail
Check this
exclusive
out.
stormtrooper, but one of his legs is different. Eh? Eh?
Uh,
Eh?
it's not even like
Is
an
this
interesting
a
different.
C3PO thing you're doing again?
But yeah, it's not even like an interesting different where it's just like, oh, we have the blue guys and then we have the orange guys. It's like, no, it just looks like he
No.
stepped in poop.
Poop leg.
Yeah.
He was changing the septic pump.
Yeah, basically.
All right. To brighter pastures. Okay. When I was looking at the promotional images, I'm like, that can't be the only one they took of the guy, right? Like they took other
No.
ones.
Yeah,
That's the only
did.
one that they made. Like it's fine. I just like that's the one they went away
there's
with,
other
huh?
ones.
No, there isn't.
I saw other. No, I saw other ones.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are definitely other ones.
I was on TF and it was just like, this is the only guy picture. What the heck? Or like on Pulse too. This is the only one. So
Oh, really? Pulse is weird sometimes. They won't have all of the press images for some reason.
it's also I always hate it too because sometimes they
Maybe that is
use
the only picture of the guy. I thought I saw a different one.
sometimes it's JPEGs with the black background and sometimes it's PNGs with no background. That also is super
Transparent, yeah.
irritating.
That just means someone wasn't paying attention when they uploaded.
Yeah. So I know this was not all at the same time, / it's kind of a smattering, and Cranix doesn't have a preview, but I just went off of what some of the official press images that are out, so I couldn't find everything to my liking. But yeah, there's a smattering of new stuff. You said that Matrix is already sold out, right? Like it's gone.
Yeah, it's sold out on Pulse, and I just checked. It's sold out on Big Bad.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Big Bag almost never marks something as sold out. Let's see.
I mean, it looks cool, and I just watched the stream for it too, and like it's also that it plays the music, so they paid the licensing.
Dude, it's so sick. I kind of really want it, but I also have literally nowhere that I can put that. So, but the fact that it plays the touch though is just like,
Right.
oh my god, this is amazing. I need this.
It's funny because I was looking at the TFW comments on the post, and it's just like everybody like the touch confirmed. I'm like, oh, shit.
And they were pretty smart with this as well because for some reason when it first got announced / leak, for some reason some people were saying that it had a rechargeable battery in it, but that's definitely not the case. It takes double A's, or you have the option. They're really smart too. You just plug in a power supply to it and just leave it on.
Yeah.
Which is, so if you just want to have it, lit up and and it says the centerpiece in your display, you can do that. I would worry
Truly,
about the LEDs burning out if you have it on for too long at a time. But yeah,
yeah. I was gonna
I'm
say I don't know
post
who's
the other picture.
there's got to be some dude who represents like double A's in the manufacturing of them, and it's like if you guys ever stop making toys that don't take double A's, we will kill you.
I mean,
like
that's the thing though. That's that is very much my preference. I mean, there are some things where it makes a lot of sense to have a rechargeable battery in it, but especially like with toys, they're not thinking about accessibility and repairability when it comes to the electronics and batteries. And eventually, over time, regardless of how well you try to take care of them, the rechargeable lipos are gonna eventually swell.
Mm.
And become non-usable and potentially a fire hazard. So I was actually very excited to learn that this just takes regular double days.
Yeah. But were there any particular ones that you wanted to highlight? I also just
Oh, with
realized
these figures
this
here, yeah, there's a couple. They announced the Studio Series stuff. I think the only thing of note is that I'm surprised that they're doing it, but Astro Train is a completely new mold apparently. So that's surprising. I didn't think Astro Train was popular enough to get one yet another release and two a completely new mold. And then also the community was flipping out because he's partially mistransformed. And so everyone's like, why can't Hasbro transform
no.
their own toys? Ah. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh man, that's
where
rough.
at?
His chest, the like where the pecs are, that's supposed to like flip down and be gray.
Oh yeah, that is totally
Yeah.
yeah. That's
They
actually
Yeah.
fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah,
that
they
in the
goofed there.
package?
Uh,
Is the
It looks
package
like it.
mistransformed?
I don't know,
Rough.
but at
Oof.
least on the live stream, it was correct. I do think, actually, I will say it's kind of cool / interesting that they made that smoke effect as well for the train.
Yeah, I was gonna say the smoke
Yeah.
effect is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's solid.
And
I think that
then
might
I
be
forget.
the only grab that I might be getting from this. So
Yeah,
Astro Train.
I forget if this is going to be a store exclusive or maybe it's fan channel or what. But they're literally making an American bald eagle figure.
Yeah.
This is literally for the 250th anniversary of the United States of America.
Yep.
Ba, ba, ba,
Sure.
Yeah.
Salute the flag.
I don't know. I feel
Okay.
like on one hand, sure, why not? On the other hand, I feel like this is going to be rubber stamped from Chris Cox to the White House. You know, like,
Right.
Yeah.
please take tariffs off toys.
Oh my god. God, that's so real, dude. That's so real.
Have my bald
That is
eagle
the reality.
transformer.
The reality we live in. That is not a satirical statement. That is something that actually is potentially going to
You know
happen.
what? You know what? There's comedy gold hidden here where someone has to hand this over to the president and he has to transform it.
Oh my god.
He's just like shaking, trying to like do it.
Yeah, I was about to say he doesn't have the dexterity to do that anymore.
No, he does not. Anyway, I did put as a separate slide the shockwave just because you can put it on the shoulder. So that's pretty neat.
That's
Yeah, I think
awesome.
this is a partial retool of the old one. And yeah, they did it such that he can become a shoulder cannon. Which is
Heck
like you said, pretty
yeah.
cool.
It is funny. My kids were watching the stream with me, and Shockwave was like the wonder, like Shockwave, and that I was like, wait, what?
That's weird.
Something about that mouth feel, man. They're just like, yeah, Shockwave.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they liked him in Earthspark, so
Oh, okay.
sure,
Okay.
why not? Yeah.
I gotta
surprisingly
watch
enough,
Earthspark. I still haven't.
Yeah, I still need to watch the last season of it too. I have not watched the last season. The other seasons were fine. But yeah, I gave Shockwave their own slide just because I think that's pretty neat. And then
oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I believe you have some words here.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, I don't really care because I'm not collecting the primes, but this is obviously the topic du jour in the Transformers community at the moment. I guess I'll start with the far right, Liege Maximo. So these are the two leaders of the next wave of Age of the Primes, and so we have the red and blue guy is Nexus Prime, and then the green guy is Liege Maximo. And so I'll just say real quick that Liege Maximo seems fine. He's like a weird, creepy dude. Um, and it seems good for a leader. He's nice and big. He has lots of accessories. And I guess at one point there was a comic strip where he was sitting in a throne, so that the thing that the thing with the horns on his back in alt mode is basically a backpack, and you can remove it so that he can sit on the throne that they made for the
Okay.
line, the Starscream throne, and then it got released. I think it was like a standalone Takara release when it was gray. Um, but yes, Nexus Prime is the prime of combiners, and so they just released a Voyager. I think he's a Voyager scale figure, and he looks fine in alt mode. I think this is a somewhat accurate depiction of him from Transformers One. And I think this is the only Transformer that they took inspiration from Transformer One to make the toy in this line. But then his vehicle mode is just like, what are you guys doing? That's just a rectangle with two tiny little wings on it.
I was gonna say it does kind of look like a
So
cassette former.
yeah,
It's just a
Right,
very
that's what
big
I was
cassette
thinking.
former.
so so people are pretty miffed about the alt mode being trash, and I don't disagree. But then also he is the prime of combiners, and the individual product that you are buying is not a combiner in any way. And when it first got there's the timeline on this is wild. It first got leaked out, and then Mark from Transformers team, who is the designer on the main line, had to go and make a post on Instagram real quick a couple days later before it was even officially announced. And be like, basically he posted the first picture here of just like, see, he's a combiner. He can combine it to the frames that you already have. Um, and then they finally had a stream go out announcing the main lines figures a couple weeks ago, and they talked about how so he plugs into the back of Superion's frame for Silverbolt, and they said that the exact wording they use is his they said his limbs will be coming next year. And so I think people are reading too much into it, but people seem to think that only the deluxes and Voyagers will be repainted to match Nexus Prime and release next year, but you will still have to buy a Commander class Silverbolt in order to put them all together.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't subscribe to that theory. However, there is a new leading theory uh that I do buy into to some degree. Apparently, the G2 version of Silverbolt is a very similar blue and red coloration on him.
Ooh.
So I don't know how they would release it, but I could see them doing a G2 Silverbolt, uh, and then the rest of the limb combiners in the same coloration. Um, I mean, they did release what is his name in the show? I don't remember. I guess it's Nemesis Prime from Armada. They did release Nemesis Prime of basically just the torso, the cab. They didn't do the pants for as a Pulse exclusive. So I could potentially see a box set where you do just because it is still a usable toy because it has a base mode technically. So I could see them maybe doing G2 coloration, Silverbolt, just the base parts, not the actual main figure, and then that in a box set with the other 4 figures, and then you kind of, I don't know how you would actually like release that as a product. Is it a Pulse exclusive? Like, is it like a Generation Selects like Titan class? I don't really know. Um, but I think the main problem here, obviously, is aside from the fact that the figure in the box that you're getting isn't representative of the character in an expected way, and they talked about what the options that they had went through. And while I don't immediately disagree with the direction that they took, I think they're doing an exceptionally poor job of communicating what their plan and ideas are with the fan base on this. I'm not saying they need to be showing all of their cards, because like a lot of this is dependent on future releases that have yet to be announced and plans change and blah 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 blah. But they should have known that, one, that this was going to be a problem, and two, it needed to be clearly communicated with the fan base on what the plan was. Because this is someone that is known for being a combiner, and they have not portrayed that in a way that is anywhere near to fans' expectations.
Yeah, when I was listening to the stream, I was also like, at one point when we were talking about the apology tour, I'm like, oh no, are they like doing like literal apology, like mea culpa over this? And then they were talking about the movie, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, kind of messy, not great, but also very understandable considering this is the combiner prime, like that.
Yeah.
That is, it makes sense. It makes sense why it, like, you again, me looking at this, I'm just like, that's a very expensive
That's a
looking
mess.
cassette former.
Yeah.
And to find out it's a prime and a prime of a combiner, and yeah, it's just all not great.
So, is this green one also a combiner or
No, that's
No.
just another prime.
Yeah, I
What
just
was his
put that
name?
on there.
Liege Maximo.
Jesus. It's like
Yeah.
the most glib shadow name I've ever heard for Transformers.
I forget what he's the prime of. He's basically Loki.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just put them together because that was like that was the original when we were originally going to do last week. That
Yeah.
was the
Right.
2. So I just put them together. But all right. So that was Transformers for Toy Fair. Now the meat and potatoes of the stream, Marvel Legends. And we're starting with I think a pretty decent showing with Secret Wars Wave 2. I think for most people, the biggest duds were Absorbing Man and Constrictor, to a point where people were just calling Absorbing Man just Man.
Yeah,
Man.
I love that.
Because he does not come with any absorbing power effects at all. Though I will say his head sculpt is great. He looks great.
Yeah.
I personally
I don't know how that made it through multiple rounds of approval. Like, I have to like hope in my heart of hearts that Dan was like, what are we doing here? Like this.
I have a theory.
You know.
I have a theory. I think later on they are going to do arms that are going to come with other figures that will be related to Absorbing Man. It's not going to be just like randomly, but it will just be like, hey, that would suck if it was just like, hey, a character has no bearing on Absorbing Man. Here's some arms for him. But I
Does he have
personally,
butterfly joints? I can't tell.
he does not. I think. I don't think so.
Let me go look, because that'll
Well, we
help
have some,
determine whether how easily the arms can be swapped. If that's
Yeah,
a
I
thing.
did
About
see.
butterflies?
Yeah, on Absorbing Man specifically. I
I mean, the
know.
way it's cut, it looks like it.
I don't think he does. No, he doesn't.
Oh,
So that's not a bad theory. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
he has like a really there's a really big opening, but the shoulder, like where you normally have the butterfly, like that's just like the mold of the shoulder just continues.
yeah.
Okay.
That might just be cope on my part, but I truly think there's no way in hell they're like, yeah, we're just gonna have Absorbing Man just be a guy.
Right.
Like
The dude.
someone down the line is gonna come with disembodied Absorbing Man arm. It's like, see, we had a plan for this. So I
I mean we'll get to that later with a more
yeah.
topical item, but like I feel like the product you're selling needs to be complete out of the box.
Also correct, because I was going to say Constrictor is a very similar deal, though he is worse in so much that he has no wrist articulation. That just sucks.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep,
What?
yep. That he strip has
Just
no
because how they
wrist
did
articulation.
how they did the attachment points for his
Yeah.
cables.
The
Rip.
only saving grace I got from Robo is that he believes the tentacles are the same as Omega Red's
Omega Reds.
tentacles.
Yeah.
So at the very least, like you can swap the tentacles between them, so you can have like the powered up life absorption BS that Omega Red does. But that's not great when I don't know. I just feel like even with the attachment point there, I don't think it's great to have like no risks on a figure like this.
Right.
Even if it's one that
Yeah.
people don't really care for.
I don't understand why that's like that.
And then funnily enough, and then the middle of the road slash like I guess figures are the venomizing Spider-Man and Daredevil. People are happy that the Daredevil build is more Daredevil looking.
Really, you think Daredevil's the middle of the road for this wave?
I know people sold out, but it's sold out in most places. But like, I know a bunch of people are not happy with the fact that it looks like the Secret Wars toy versus like just being a Daredevil, quote unquote.
Well, that's just people being dumb.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I personally like.
Right.
I think this Daredevil's fine. I just
Yeah.
don't right now. I am not at the point where like I've seen a Daredevil. I feel the need to replace either Daredevil that I have. So,
Fair.
but I am also glad that people were able to get a Daredevil finally, and
Yeah.
and then
I
Spider-Man.
think part of that is just. I think part of that is just because Daredevil fans don't get a lot of love in the line, or they feel like they don't, and so whenever there is a Daredevil thing, they lose their marbles.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man wise, like I think me along with many other people were hoping that it would just be like a straight up regular blue and red Spidey, but we can't have nice things, and standard blue and red Spidey apparently is just out of the realm of possibility for Hasbro, unless it's Andrew Garfield Spidey.
Oh right.
Right.
Yeah, that's the conspiracy theory, where it's like it's impossible to get just a regular Spider-Man release. Has to be.
Right.
And then at least for me, the Falcon is a standout. He's great. And then Magic, I feel like everyone was just like, yeah, this Magic rocks. So
Yeah, for sure.
I might get everything but that Spider-Man. I don't know. I'm like, because I don't have any of these figs, and also this would be going back to having a person having their definitive Daredevil figure, right? So that would be me. So I mean, I think I could fix the Crusher Creel easy. Just dip it in paint or something.
yeah, easy custom. The I'm just most excited for the Falcon just because that is the Falcon I specifically need for my Alex Ross collection. So
Oh heck yeah!
another another figure can now be replaced with like what is the true version that I should have in the representation of that set.
I'm sure it's just how the sprues worked out in the mold arrangement, but I really wish that they could have picked a different color for the clip that for the Falcon that goes on the
Yeah.
Falcon's wrist. That is an unfortunate color choice.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ever going to display him with that that piece, but I totally get folks that are like not happy with that
Yeah.
arrangement. And it's
I
also
like
not
how
like
they did the wings.
yeah. I like that they gave him 2 pairs of wings too. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I never would have thought they were going to give him 2 pairs of wings. That's
Right.
fantastic. But yeah, so
I'm kind of
good
in for
first
this
salvo.
Spider-Man. I'm kind of in for this Spider-Man. The fact that it seems to be the least popular based on sales numbers.
It's got to be cheap. So
yeah, like I'm like, okay, this is probably one I can wait to see if it hopefully goes on sale. I do think it's interesting. I do agree with the criticisms of like, why can't we get just a regular Spider-Man? I also agree with a lesser known or held criticism. But this being the second Secret Wars wave that they've done. And in the first Secret Wars wave, we have Symbiote Spider-Man, which was on the Amazing 15 body. But this Secret Wars Spider-Man, which is, I guess, technically the same representation, supposed to be, they put this one on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body, which is completely different look and silhouette.
Right.
So it's like, well, what are you guys doing here? Why wasn't this also on the Amazing Fantasy body?
Yep. If they do a wave 3, it should be a regular blue and red Spider-Man, and it should be on a completely different Spider-Man body. That's
Sunfire. Let's go. Bring it back.
Wow.
On fire. Yeah, but
I just don't like how the symbiote just cuts off, like right there, like what?
Yeah,
like
I
at
can
the
see
ribs.
that.
I'm like,
They should have painted a little bit more down.
Yeah, there's some good customizing potential here. My personal opinion is I think it's wild to put this on the You Renew Your Vows. I think that's such an expensive mold to essentially like low key ruin.
Right.
Like you could have done the 90s Sunfire mold Spider-Man. Like that could have been what they could have used.
I mean, because they updated that mold for Superior Spider-Man, so they could have used that.
Yeah.
I still think it should have been on the Amazing Fantasy body.
Yes, but that is the correct take. That it should be consistent among the Spider-Mans that are already had.
Yeah.
Anyway, good opening salvo. Then we have a pair of 2-packs, which are kind of meh. Depends on
interesting.
Depends on who you are. So we got a couple 90s era Avengers with Black Widow and Quicksilver. According to the leaks, we are also going to get a Vision and a Scarlet Witch in this era's looks. That's like easy pass for me. Even though this is the like super articulated Black Widow body, and you get the screaming head for Quicksilver. Though I do feel like I don't know how often like a fast character would be like opening their mouth when they're running around. That's just like me personally. Like that seems kind of silly.
Yeah, catching bugs.
Yeah. But yeah, those sure are some 90s looks for them. And then Pulse exclusive, because the amount of blood included with these figures, this Muse and Tactical Bullseye ? But yeah,
crazy looking.
It is interesting that we're getting the comic version of Muse. Granted, the MCU Muse is not super different, but again, if it's the blood aspect that is the main point of concern, I understand why this is a Pulse exclusive. and potentially why he's in a 2-pack with Bullseye as well.
Yeah, I like how everyone assumed that this was going to be MCU versions, and it ended up being comic.
Yeah, unexpected, but also cool. Yay!
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Chilling.
not much to say about these. So, this guy, on the other hand, just
Oh
I'm excited.
man.
The this is branded as 97, but obviously, like, I feel like this Archangel is very much like it can be a comic Archangel. You get another cable gun, so if you got cable, now you
Yeah,
can
that's
dual wield big
crazy.
guns.
Oh, actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe I should get that. Dang.
Hey, hey
Dang.
man, if you really
They
want
got me.
to, if you really want the big gun, I'm not planning to use it with our Archangel, so you could have it. But yeah,
Heck yeah.
I love Angel. Oddly enough, is like a favorite. Oh, excuse me, a favorite X-Men of mine. I just it's almost out of pity because he's just like he kind of gets the short shrift like all the time, and his powers are just weird. There's a
Right.
history of weird power stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me another Angel. Um, so uh, exciting for that. And then I was actually
Oh,
kind of surprised this is not a 97 Onslaught, but Onslaught Deluxe nonetheless. I included that this is going to be, as an example, that it is going to be on a supersized retro
Hell yeah.
card.
I
Yeah,
like that
it's
Apocalypse.
it's a. Oh yeah, you're right. That was on a
Yeah.
big retro card as well. Uh, but yeah, this is just a slightly repainted version of the original BAF. So if you missed out on the BAF, you get a second chance with this guy.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like straight on the eyes look a little wonky to me. But that could just be like the version that they like put up,
Like
and
they're too
hopefully,
wide.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you would position them to make them not look wonky, but like they seeing it now, just like, huh. But like I said, every once in a while on the second
One
monitor,
eye is just
once I do the
going that
slides, it's like there's
way.
certain aspects of the pictures that I've chosen that just kind of are more clear to me and that make me feel a certain way, just as a visceral reaction. But I'm still in for this because I need an Onslaught. I like this version of it. I am glad that I don't know why the original one had like the one diamond like in like the middle of the torso painted purple, because that's not how the Red Skull Onslaught looked. But yeah, the deco is correct this time. So
Or-
woo.
Yeah, that's. I'm just imagining this in my hands, and like over time, it gets all greasy because I'm looking at that finish on it, and my
Oh,
grubby hands touching it. Like, oh man, but it's okay. It'll be on the shelf collecting dust with all my other figures.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to look up the original year this came out. I can't immediately find it.
I
But I
want to say,
wonder if
was that the 2016 figure? They were teasing like there was a
so,
2016.
yeah, somewhere sometime around that. Um yeah, cuz I'm on the Legends verse and it doesn't let me see what the figures are. Oh wait, maybe
That
if I click that.
sounds
Oh wait,
right
here we
to
go.
me.
Yeah, 2016 was the original BAF.
Okay.
Okay. I'm wondering if because the steel molds only last for so long. So I wonder if they're going through their archives here and seeing what they can, because we've been getting a lot of build it figures reissued as deluxes.
Mhm.
So my slightly uneducated guess is they're going through their archives and seeing what they can do one more run of before melting down the molds.
Dang, Falcon, that makes way too much sense. That makes way too much sense, dude. Oh my
My
god.
understanding is that a lot of these steel molds last like 10 to 15 years, and so if this came out in 2016, it's 10 years old.
Ah,
Hot
dang.
damn, dude. Hot damn. I think you got him. I think I think Hasbro has to send you a prize or something. Like
And my prize
Free figs for the rest
is
of
build a figure Dormammu as a deluxe release.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real though. That would be awesome. Dang, that makes so much sense though. But again,
Okay.
Benny for new folks slash folks who missed out. Truly, like, I fucking hate the long in the tooth collectors that are just like all pissy that this is not a new thing. Like it,
Wait,
I don't
really?
know. Yeah, there's every time there's like a reissue for new folks, they're just like, well, this is not made specifically for me, so I'm mad about it. Or at the very least, they see it as like a waste of a slot. And again, it's just so dumb. It's so dumb
Yeah,
not to think
because
about other people who are collecting shit, man. It just
Yeah,
pisses me off.
the more people you get into this, into collecting in general, the more options they will eventually release. You know, it's like, come on, man.
yeah. Dwight seems to be. I don't know if he's getting exposed to it more, but he seems to be crashing out on these streams that they're doing because
Oh man.
the last two he's been really, I guess, for lack of a better term, really pissy with the fan base. And that's one of them, of people complaining about re-releases like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, God
It
forbid you save money and they don't and they release something you don't want, you know?
Right.
yeah. It's like old collectors get to uh save money. New collectors don't have to pay scalpers for, old figs. And like it's a new fig. Like it's not used. It's not like potentially like gross or miscolored or smells weird. Like
In a
any
jar, hot
oh,
glue.
gee. Like surely anyone who's been in this hobby long enough knows that like sometimes buying used figs is just it's a flip of the coin. It's either like awesome
Yep.
or it sucks. And so
All
like
right.
anytime like there's a new chance to get something, like again, you get to save money and like I get to get something that I don't have to roll the dice on whether it's gonna like break in like the first instance I touch it. Because I've had that. I've literally had like I open a package of something and it's like it like snaps immediately because it's just so old.
Ooh,
Like that sucks.
damn.
That really sucks.
And especially with these BAF Deluxe re-releases, because they're assembled in the factory with within the amount of time that they come out of the manufacturing process, like the joint tolerances are a lot better on them versus just getting the individual build-a-figure pieces.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So
had my villain line or the Zenmu wave. Like though I bought those I think well, yeah, I bought them off of eBay, really decent price. I don't know how long they were the seller was holding it and or where they were storing it because when I opened those figs, man, they were like kind of dusty, nasty, like white
Ew.
residue on them. I'm like, what? This better not be what I think it is. Like, not on my Doctor Doom. But
yeah,
my guess is like it's a layer of like mold or something.
yeah,
Always wash your toys. You don't know what people have
Yeah,
done with them.
yeah.
Or where they've
Yep.
been.
Yep, yep. All right. Yeah.
especially
But
MLP.
yeah. Oh God. So yeah. So just like yeah. If you
Finally
follow us
realized what
here,
that is.
if you follow us here, just know like we're always gonna advocate for like just accessibility. Like this
Mhm.
is a fine re-release, and it's good for those who are getting into it. There's always people, whether on Reddit, whether on Instagram, who are just like they're always learning. So just be mindful that shit's not always made for you. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, uh, all right.
Speaking of stuff made for us,
or potentially not.
Yeah,
uh,
facts.
anyway, so this I was not aware of this Iron Spider version with uh, Prowler under the mask. So that's kind of cool. I honestly thought this was uh, a
Miles variant.
Spider-Man game. No, I thought it was a Spider-Man game like
Oh,
variant
Oh,
because it was black and gold.
oh, like a
Yeah.
Miles skin.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that it was Davis under the mask. So like I was like, oh, like just like
Oh, okay. You only
like
saw the black suit.
I honestly thought it was like the final fight
Oh, the
in the
anti-ox
first
suit.
game. Yeah,
Oh,
I thought it was that
yeah,
at first, and then when I realized like, oh, okay, this is completely different. So
No, Hasbro won't give us things we actually want.
so yeah, so that's kind of cool. They're continuing to use that that 4-arm backpack mold that I assume is what they used for the Lady Iron Spider.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe we'll get
if they're using the same plastic quality, they're gonna be not great.
Yeah, the legs look the
true.
same too. So
They
I'm like,
they they just immediately droop.
Yep.
They're not good.
it's
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe they're gonna do a. It would be crazy, but they could do a MVP Civil War pack and just do like three three Scarlet Spiders. That'd be
Oh,
wacky, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I'm sure there's also people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but that Civil War was a weird time, and they certainly made some choices when it comes to Spider-Man. So I unfortunately I do think that this figure totally got outshined by this Hulk, which has obviously started on some level more conversations about figs than Max Thor did, which also is interesting. But uh, so yeah, this is the Professor Hulk. Uh, co- Comes with 2 heads. It is pinless legs, much to the exhaustion of Dwight. Um, like hey man, we at least like at least for me, I personally uh I legit feel bad for Dwight and Dan sometimes with the amount of just hell they have to deal with. And so I do not envy that. But I also feel that even if that stream moment with the heavy sigh was for comedy, it's not. I don't think that's a great thing to include.
no.
I'm sure some people at the office think that's funny, but no, that's just pouring gasoline on a
It
fire, if you ask
yeah,
me.
it didn't come off as funny, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to get into it, but I mean, I guess we should say this figure itself looks pretty great. This was what the blaster was teasing that they showed a few months ago. I mean, I'm not too familiar with this character, but he seems to come with pretty much everything that you would want. Maybe another gun, but he comes with
He's got the
the one that I've
slippers.
always
He's
seen
got
him
the
with. Yeah,
slippers.
he comes with the slippers. I feel like you can, if you want to get him another gun, if you collect enough, you probably have one. I think the fact that he has a pretty good expressive head, the glasses, the gun that I've always seen him with, and the slippers. I feel like that's a complete package out of the
Mhm.
box. But yeah, as far as the larger discourse goes, I guess first to wrap around to your point, I think they brought that on themselves because in the streams they always like to hype up when they have pinless joints and latest articulation and stuff like that. Um, so people giving them shit for Max Hulk not having that, and then this having it, I think they brought that on themselves. And I think what really is, I hesitate to go as far to say it's a spit in the fan's face, but maybe like only one step prior to that. The fact that this is coming with effectively a MVC Hulk head when everyone and their mother was complaining about the fact of the depictions of Hulk that came with the heads that came with Max Hulk, and this is coming with the head that basically everyone wanted that figure to come with, on top of all the other issues.
I was gonna say that's me.
That
I wanted that
Yeah,
head on that
on
on that
top of
Hulk.
all the other issues that release had in the new subline that it is allegedly a part of. It says it on the box, but it definitely is not representative of that line, given the other the other three figures. Yeah, I honestly don't know what they're thinking. I, I, I mean, I guess my overall thoughts is that clearly sometimes they definitely know what they're doing, and with Max Hulk, they tried some stuff, and I will give them credit where you know they are a leader in the toy industry as a company. So one of your lines with more budget, trying being able to try something new is something that you need to be able to take advantage of. To as a market lead, you want to be doing that. But this being the next Hulk figure to come out immediately, I don't. I mean, Hulk Abomination is just basically a re-release and isn't explicitly a Hulk character. So this being the next Hulk after Max Hulk, and this having at least two, arguably two and a half things that people wanted that figure to have, is it looks very bad for the Marvel Legends team, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, I can agree to that. The I truly thought the next Hulk we would get, leaks aside, was that supposedly they are working on a bigger Hulk. That's honestly
Ooh.
I
that's
think they said it was
honest
farther out though.
it is, but like I said, the I had I think, like you said, putting some distance between this and Max Hulk would been better, especially since like you said, like this is a part of that that subline for Hulk that has like the packaging that kind of is like homage to older Hulk stuff without actually
Yeah, I
being
feel like
it.
that's really 90s Hulk coded. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
off on that.
Um, but the fact that that wave is not coming out all at the same time, I then feel like this release could have been pushed. That's just me.
Hmm.
Um, you
Yeah.
you can have the like I said, I like the Hulk 2099, probably like the Mecha Hulk or whatever else they're homaging to, like the old school Hulk line, come out first, and then, like I said, try to push this out as far as you could from the Max Hulk release. Granted, I will also say that for a lot of people, this is not a Hulk that they're interested in. Surprisingly enough,
Yeah.
like people, I think there's people like me who have the same rules for Hulk as they do the Thing, where like he has a shirt, nope, that's a no go. Um, I literally saw people are like, "Can you take the shirt off of this Hulk?" in comments, which is so funny because like I can kind of see the top torso potentially being an overlay, but that still means you have to paint the abs. So like that's
Yeah, and it looks
just
like it looks like they molded in shirt wrinkles, so
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna
you're
work.
SOL. Yeah.
Um, it'd be I'm very interested to see if anyone is willing to make a huge sacrifice and like try to kit bash like this and a Max Hulk to see if you can make like potentially the ultimate Hulk, I guess. Like will the toe joint feet work on Max Hulk? Would um you know, would the pinless legs be able to be slotted in on the Max Hulk
Mm,
legs?
yeah.
I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see if that could work.
I
Um,
guess what I will say, one critique I do have of this, and it is really baffling to me as to why it was done this way. This, like you said, the upper torso seems pretty specific to Smart Hulk,
mhm.
and it does have butterfly joints, but basically only for going backwards. Like the cut
Yeah,
Mm.
in the chest for the butterfly, it basically doesn't look like it's going to have any range forward. So the fact that this torso seems to be specific to Smart Hulk, and the fact that there is that tank top there, I don't understand why you wouldn't just take that all the way to the edge of where the tank top ends and just have so you would have some forward butterfly movement. I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
Right.
yep, yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that criticism as well. I know, Joestar, you're pretty much in for this Hulk. I think I'm in for this Hulk, despite my
Oh yeah.
despite what I've
No
said. I
shirts except for this one.
This one gets the pass.
um, I don't know. I like I said, I think I'm in just for the head sculpts alone because it's one of those things where like in again like the Hulk I have is the anniversary 2-pack with the Wolverine one. So that like that's a very specific look, obviously. But I think I'm holding out for like a more monster hulky, like classic Hulk head for green, which they
Okay.
have not made yet. So I wouldn't feel bad just kind of kit bashing the my anniversary 2-pack Hulk with this Hulk to make a MVC Hulk. And yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, if
the
you just
alt
want,
head really does look like it.
Hmm.
if you're willing to deal with the difference in quality for better and worse, sounds like SHF is going to be doing Hulk.
Yeah. Uh,
Will
That
they
that
scale
that
right
might be
though?
yeah.
the ultimate comic Hulk figure.
Mm.
Scale though. that's the
Yeah, next to
that's
like
my only
all.
thing.
SHF these days are bigger than what they used to be.
Oh, okay.
They're still
Well,
a little shorter than your typical 6-inch Marvel Legends, but they're not like a head shorter like they used to be.
I'm just
Okay.
thinking of the Cyclops folks had to do a fix
I've
to
seen a
make him
lot of people
taller.
doing that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I think that's
that
more just like I think that's more just like weird proportions than it is them just making it
yeah, that's
too
fair.
small.
Um, but that's kind of the nature of this. Like
Because
I
the
know
Wolverine seems pretty big.
yeah, like that's the nature of this. Like Joestar, obviously, like you are new to this, and you're a Hulk guy, so like
Right.
they got you on this.
They really did, and it's kind of, I won't really know until I have it in my hand. But
Yeah,
the way they did the butterflies could kind of coincide a little bit with the differences in Hulk. Like, let me explain. Like let's say posturing wise, because most of the time when I think of like regular Hulk or Savage Hulk, he's more like bigger, hunching over a little bit, and like there's more like forward, crunching there when it comes to butterflies. But um with Professor Hulk, he's more like standing proud because he knows what he's doing. He has the consciousness, the knowledge to like stand up straight.
Mm,
So like having the shoulders back a little bit more, when posing, it makes so much sense to me. I'm
yeah. I was,
like
I
there.
was gonna say, do you
I'm in it.
have a normal green Savage Hulk?
Well, technically speaking, I have the Maestro. So
Oh, okay. So
let me go ahead and grab it.
you have a version of that OG mold.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like right now, I'm the only one of us three that has
All right.
a green Savage Hulk.
Just gotta swap the heads eventually, but yeah, most of the time when you're thinking about Hulk, oh well, this one can't really hunch over as much.
Yeah, but Maestro
But the
wouldn't either. Yeah,
yeah, he wouldn't either. But yeah, the butterflies on this, again, it's like all like going back
all
there
back.
for just posing, and it feels like Maestro. Very
Yeah.
Maestro coded, standing
No.
proud.
Again, I think that what this bigger Hulk that they're supposedly working on, I think that might be like the one Savage Hulk wise. And again,
Mm,
if the hope would be like screaming ahead and then like a classic head. That would be like my wants for like bigger Hulk. He could actually like maybe clap or at least like a little bit
maybe
more forward, like you said, for that posing of like the crouched
right,
over
hunching over. Yeah,
monster aspect. Like that
yeah, yeah. There
it
you go, Falcon.
definitely needs that.
Yeah,
So
let
yeah.
let me grab the gray Hulk.
Yeah. So right now it's very much like um we're like in okay Hulk land. Uh and
All right,
again,
sorry.
I really I said we're in kind of okay Hulk land because again, I had hopes for the Mezco and then Mezco is like way too veiny. Um and
Very slouched.
yeah, like we need that like true Savage Hulk, and we have the ingredients for like a good 90s Professor Hulk now, especially like an MVC representation, but still holding out hope that like the we'll get all all the things will line up and we'll finally have like ideal Hulk figure.
Heck yeah.
All right, speaking of ideal, uh Max Thor, I feel like for a lot of people, minus like one like major gripe, like this was pretty much like a home run for people. Um, and I'm going to real quick just go over why I personally don't think it is. So
Dang.
surprise, you have to call it you have to call an
Oh,
ambulance. So I think as far as a Hulk figure goes, this is really good. But my problem is that
Just to make a joke
the
in your analogy, real quick, I would say that this is maybe an inside the park home run. It's like, okay,
um
yes, technically, but like you had to work for it, and
yes.
it's not as flashy as it could have been.
So I personally think that Select out of the park, like they nailed it the first time through with Thor. Um they're the face sculpt on this Thor is just not, it's not the Olivier Coipel look. Uh, he's he's in a heroic age outfit, but that is not the heroic age Thor, if that makes sense. So that's personally why I think this will
Imposter.
be it'll be yet again another Max release that's going to stay in box for me. They've still yet to get me on a Max release that I will actually open and like it will be part of the collection. I also did see that someone had brought the other heroic age
The
members
original release.
of the Trinity.
Oh,
So
okay.
they brought this Bucky, Cap, and the extremist Iron Man. I also feel that like in terms of these two next to the select is like the correct scale, and I think that this one is a little too short. But that's my personal opinion. I always think that Thor should be a little bit closer to like almost like a 7th-inch scale guy versus everyone else. And this is definitely like he's a tall figure in comparison to those two, but like he's not like physically like you're puny humans to me kind of thing.
Yeah, that yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
But like I said, I think that other than that personal gripe with me, like Koipel Thor is goated. J. Michael Straczynski run is goated. This figure, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Hey, comes with the frog.
Yeah. Yeah. It has
Yeah.
Throg.
That's the maximum figure.
Yeah.
I
That's what
mean,
makes it makes this a 2-pack.
yeah, where I land on this is maximum Hulk aside, I feel like we're starting to cement that maximum series is more like 90% series where like you're getting most of the way there, but like when you name something maximum series and kind of the way they initially pitched it, which is, you know, obviously fell apart by the second release, but but like I feel like if you with this line, I feel like you should be getting a complete package out of the box. But I think that goes for all toy products in general, but like this subline of Marvel Legends in particular, it's like this should be like the thing you get. You get like it checks all the boxes, but I feel like we're getting 90% of the way there. It's like, yeah, if you don't have a Thor, this is gonna be a great Thor for you. But it might have one or two accessories that you might still want to go on the aftermarket and try to get a hold of, you know?
Spinning
And
hammer.
I think that's exactly.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Why
that's the
hammer
big
no
thing
spin?
here. Yeah, this should have had a spinning hammer accessory. And then in my personal opinion, I also think it would have been nice. I think the should have come with a spinning hammer, regardless of whether you want to trade out anything else here. But then I would go a step further. I think the handle for putting it on the back, I think that's dumb. I think that should have been taken out. I don't think the horn is necessary. That should also be taken out. And I think I think you should have also had the option to swap out the arms for sleeveless arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a Thor run right after this run that where like that's pretty close to what that look is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I very much agree.
But brownie points for the Throg. That's dope.
Yeah, Throg is fine.
I'm always down for a little glup shittos.
Globe shots, yeah.
Yeah, Throg is fine. Yeah, I do know that there's a bunch of people are actually like really psyched over like just the handle thing.
What?
It's not supposedly it's very like import coded. Like I said, this is not my opinion, nor do I share it. Yeah.
Does this hammer not have the enchantment on the side?
No, this is a new mold. I think they got rid of that.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. I was gonna say to be fair, the Koipel version does not have the enchantment written on the side anyway. So I don't know if anyone was complaining about that, but that's just like that not a thing for this era. I
love it.
But yeah, I will say that the lightning effects are like whatever. The frost giant horn is also like you said, that's just like that doesn't need to be here, and then the handle. I don't know if those add up to a spinning hammer, because
Right.
the spinning hammer, that's a lot. That's like
Yeah.
what? It's like 9 hammers essentially, and all held
Yeah,
together
that's
by
a lot of
plastic.
plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. There was as much, again, it's
I
one of
I
those
think
things where
it
like,
basically can't. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say it basically comes down to like, I don't know what the actual budgeting for these figures are supposed to be. Um, but and like packaging wise too, like to get it to be in there and not make the package like huge. But at the same time, I don't know how standard the packages have been between, because I'm not getting that Deadpool. I don't know how big that box is in comparison to the Spidey one. I don't know how big that box is going to be in comparison to this one. But either way, I don't know what would be the concern outside of budget, obviously. And you're getting a wired cape, so like I'm assuming that that's going to
Yes.
be the big ticket
Yes.
item. And I'm sure there was some level where like it's either you get a wired cape or you get the spinning hammer, and they chose the wired cape, which
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
I honestly don't
I
know if that's worth the trade, but
Yeah. So
yeah,
a couple things there. I think big kudos for the wire cape. I'm a big proponent of wire capes. I'm like 80 to 90% of the way of being at the point where if it's a caped character and the figure doesn't have a soft goods cape, nope, I'm not gonna get it. I'll wait for a version that has soft goods. If I need to get the import, I'll get the import. Um, I mean, if it's something that an import is never going to make, whatever. But something like Thor, like yes, obviously, I think at this point, if I or anyone's gonna get a figure of a Thor, it needs to have soft goods cape, even if it's not wired. So like if there was like a general mainline Marvel Legends release of a Thor, I think it should have a soft goods cape. I so part of my so they the Marvel Legends team seems to have a general philosophy where actually I'll save this for last. As far as the price goes, it's hard to nail down what they're trying to do or what the intention is with the price, because Maximum Series launched when US tariffs started to happen and go into effect. So like pre-orders for Max Spidey were at the normal $50, but the restocks went up potentially. I think maybe they came back down because they I think it's on $50 on Big Bad, but definitely Deadpool that went up as far as I know, and then this is MSRP at 50 something, I think. So yeah, so like, it's hard to nail down if there is an actual price point that they're targeting. Like they all have like a similar budget, or it's just priced at whatever the price needs to be for what we have in the box. It's not clear. But anyway, getting back to my other point, the Marvel Legends team seems to have like a general philosophy of the next figure that they do of the same character is going to be different than the previous offering. They want to offer something different, but that goes back to my point of the Maximum Series releases should be complete out of the box. You buy this once, you're done. You don't need another version of this character. I think because they already did a spinning hammer accessory, they're like, okay, what can we do different for this Thor release? I think the problem with that philosophy, I think it should not apply to the Maximum Series. Um, I'm willing to bet that the budget came down to a Throg or a spinning hammer because it has paint apps, so that's going to be obviously it's not equivalent in terms of plastic, but maybe
yeah.
the paint apps make up enough of the cost difference where it came down to Throg or spinning hammer, and they're like, well, this is the only opportunity we're ever going to have to do a Throg, so let's put it in this.
Me, I want both.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the perfect world, right? Of just like, it just they would have found a way. Like that's the thing. I was like, find the way to get spinning hammer and wired cape.
If it needs to be $5 more expensive, I think it should have just been $5 more expensive.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep. People bought that Galore on clearance just to get the spinning hammer. So
Yeah. Like I mentioned, I mean that was a theory earlier in the stream, but like with the Lord Starkiller, that seems to be $3 more expensive, and if it's $3 more expensive so you can get wired soft goods, like that's what they did, you know? So like
Right.
yep.
with this being a subline, like I just
Why
Also, for anyone complaining that this isn't a classic Thor, I would just tell you to just go get the Mafex.
Yeah. Or, you know, they're gonna do another classic one down the line for some reason. It's,
Yeah.
I get like wanting it now, but and on some level I am surprised it is the heroic age version. But
Oh
I
yeah,
do
your theory.
yeah, I do feel that it's a good sign as to like if they did an Iron Man, it would be bleeding edge armor because that is
Mm.
a heroic age era costume. And as much as there's literally no design through line for Max so far, like if they start to, that would make sense. And that would also make sense to do Bleeding Edge as a Max release because standard like that's also a lot of paint apps like that is like Spider-Man levels as paint apps. Like you have to do paint
The
decos for
accessories too have
yeah
yeah.
every little repulsor dot on that armor. Like that would make sense to make that a Max release.
Well, and then your other theory of Max releases getting built-in reuse.
Oh yeah
I don't know if you want to share that.
uh, yeah I mean that's just more like I'm just spitballing because
Spitball. Okay.
yeah like because I've always I said from the beginning that Max is very much taking the same character lineup uh like strategy from Icons or whatever the Hasbro 12-inch line
Oh, the
was
12
called.
inch. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 12-inch line very much was also like they can't just do randos. That's got to be like A-list or better, like iconic characters that everyone wants. So, and it kind of goes back to that like that idea of like who's on the Marvel Mount Rushmore. So Spider-Man, duh, first figure. Hulk also, duh. Um, I'm sure Wolverine would have been a shoe-in for third had it not been the year of Wolverine and we got like a billion Wolverines, right?
Yeah.
Not to mention Gamerverse.
Well, it's like do like in terms of like maximum series specifically, does Wolverine need a maximum release?
Like I said, like for me, on some level you do have to kind of tick a box, but because there's enough
Yeah, if the
Wolverines to
line
go
goes on
around,
long enough, sure.
yeah. If but if we're going by like you gotta tick a box, yeah, Wolverine should get one, but I do appreciate that it does seem like Spider-Man, like I said, Spider-Man was always going to be one. It was always going to be the first one, and unfortunately, that also is like the curse of Spider-Man going first. Of like people's expectations were really high because uh, it was very much like, oh, this is like the best Spider-Man figure you can get, and some would argue that like that is actually the case. Not me. But the and then Hulk as a second is like, yeah, Hulk is another iconic, really needed character. They tried something new. It didn't work out, but like, on some level, like the argument is like they tried something new and it wouldn't have on some level, it could have gone better if it was just not called Maximum Hulk. If it was just a regular deluxe Hulk, people would have been like, that's kind of weird, but like, why not? But because it's Max Hulk, people like, set the internet on fire. And then I feel like I keep on forgetting that Max Deadpool even happened, to be honest. Especially with
Hey,
our
you right.
especially with the running joke is that the true Maximum Deadpool is the MCU Deluxe. And uh that one is also like, yeah, Deadpool is a super popular Marvel character. That makes sense. Not Marvel Mount Rushmore makes sense, but makes sense in terms of
Right.
he's a popular character, like Deadpool tax, Marvel Rivals, all that stuff. So Thor getting a max release, it's on some level kind of surprising to me because he's not on the Marvel Mount Rushmore. If he's on yours, fine.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Go for it. If he's on your Marvel Mount Rushmore, you're wrong, but to each their own. But
I mean,
like,
I think they're coming at it from a perspective of yes, like Marvel Rushmore status, Mount Rushmore status is probably part of the equation, but it's also probably like, okay, can we, with the budget allotted to a maximum series release versus maybe just like a standard deluxe release, is this a character that we can significantly punch up in a way that we can't with a deluxe release? I would argue that Wired Soft Goods is not that much of a punch up, but maybe that was their justification in this instance specifically.
yeah, I also get that, like, on some level we're never gonna get a Thor wave. Like I've kind of
Yeah.
r-
It would
yeah,
basically be they would have to do the equivalent of like what they're doing with like Hulk right now. It'd have to be like sort of like a mini capsule, sort of handful of
yeah,
releases, and that's all you're gonna
yeah.
get.
Like in a just world, we could have a wave where it's like the Warriors 3, Valkyrie, this version of Thor, and then
Like a
and
Sif or an
and like,
Odin.
yeah, or Loki, even like a good
Yeah.
comic Loki. Like we still don't have one of those that are good. And like you could have like a build a Aragorn, or build uh
Yeah.
a Valkyrie's mount, and done. Like that's a wave. But I understand that Thor does not have the cultural cachet to do that. So yeah.
I blame Taika Waititi. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, so um at the very least, like, I'm glad that it could be the looks can be more modern, because like I said, I think that's the only way we could get a bleeding edge. Welcome back. uh and at the same time, though, um i I do feel like if this is the case moving forward, I do think that maybe they could do like one like iconic Mount Rushmore style character, and then like you said, Falcon, a figure that potentially like would not have the juice to do a on their own deluxe that they have confidence in, right? So Thor, in this case, Thor gets it. I'm kind of surprised it didn't play off of the fact that like it's like the anniversary of, like, or is a anniversary um of like the last Thor release, or am I wrong about that? No. I take that back. That is not. It's not
All right.
anniversary year. I thought it was because um I thought they mentioned it, but I realize now they're talking about Dwight being there, not like the line in general.
Yes, that was yeah.
But yeah, so so it's not even like that. It's not even like an anniversary nod toward like that original, like Marvel Legends is back, like Mjolnir package
Right.
Thor, which was like kind of hype back in the day. Um, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot of reasons why this was the case. I'm not mad at them, but I will. I kind of going back to like the sculpt again. I am very surprised that with Max Hulk, they absolutely nailed getting artists uh renditions of the heads to do a direct translation to plastic. Like no one will deny, as much as like you can love or hate those heads, that those are those artist depictions of the Hulk. And this is just
Solid.
and this is just not there was no point in
Well,
time
we
where
don't.
this Thor looked like this and had that face, just straight up, that's like a very good Thor face, sure, but not for this look.
Yeah.
They got
I
the
just
B
gotta
team
bring back
sculptor on this
Thunderstrike.
one.
Gotta bring back Thunderstrike here.
But yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of like spinning my wheels now. Like I said, I will get it just because like I like the Max, like, you know, in box. Like I think they look cool. But like so far they have not captured a like a freed Max figure in my collection. I
Spider-Man
have
dog shit.
I have jokingly said that whenever they do Cap, that's going to be the one. But now that also throws into question, I don't know what would need to be done for Cap to like
Right,
justify
that
a
goes
Max
with
release.
my thinking of like, is there justification here based on prior releases? Can we offer something significantly different? And I think similar to Wolverine is like, is there really something they could do for Cap?
Yeah, that Gamerverse Cap was goated, and
Yeah.
I it thankfully during the holiday season you could have gotten Gamerverse Cap and Venom for as low as like $20. Like it was stupid. It was stupid how cheap those figures are, despite how good they are. So with that said, like I don't know what a $50 cap or like a $40, even a $40 cap. I don't know what that would need for that.
The only
to
thing that would
justify
come to mind is maybe they could do a World War II cap for maximum cap.
Or like removable World War II gear or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then, you know, the more, you know, forget what that shape is called, but the triangular shield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic
the
shield.
little with the
Yeah.
top.
I almost said sheriff
keep
badge,
forgetting
but that's
too, man.
totally not what that is. That's not what that is.
That's a
But yeah,
ninja star.
have that in addition to a regular circular shield, and then, you know, some World War II specific accessories.
Yeah,
Maybe like a
that would be great.
what are those propaganda flyers called?
Are you talking about
like
war
the "We
guns?
Want You" like kind of
Yeah.
posters?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have something
Uncle
like
Sam.
that come with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
It
sick.
literally it is so funny because so many times when I see people like describe like what their ideal Max release is, it's like that's just the Marvel Select figure.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get the Marvel Select because like it had a good triangular shield, it had a good big round shield, and then I could, you know, whichever shield I took for like my Legends caps, like it could have either like the modern hooded head or like the weird cowl first appearance head on it, and it would work. But yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Um, but at the same time, though, maybe it is better for it to be um, Max is just like an opportunity to showcase what we could do with a figure that otherwise might not get a release due to media or cultural relevancy. So maybe that like you've said, you've
So
wanted the
maximum Punisher is what you're saying?
Oh God. I was gonna say like a maximum Doctor
Just
Strange.
all the guns.
Maximum Doctor Strange would work. Wired cape, you know, magic effects.
Oh, you know what? Maximum Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty good.
given the relevancy of that character, they'd be very stupid to not do that this year or next year.
Yeah,
Right.
they villains definitely need to be included in Max line, and that's kind of like that's a shoe in. Doom, Magneto, Venom.
I
Ooh,
wonder. I
Magneto Beast.
wonder. They've now done. Well, I guess Deadpool might be more of like an anti-hero, depending on
Oh
how
yeah,
you
you're right.
categorize them. But yeah, they've done now 4-ish heroes. We know we're getting Black Suit Spider-Man, which kind of toes a similar line to Deadpool. So I wonder if the next few releases after that are going to be just like villain, villain, villain.
Right.
I don't.
We gotta balance the scales.
I personally don't think they would ever do like villain, villain, villain. I think it would be like villain, and then we're gonna go back to like a bunch of heroes, and then villain again.
I think that's lame.
I think it's funny because I'm like, how many cycles of that do we get before we get a female character?
I was literally just about to say that. How deep do we get
Mm.
into Maximum series before we get our first female character?
Yeah, Captain Marvel in that
That would
the captain's jacket.
pop off.
That would
Ooh,
be
yeah.
Heck yeah.
that'd be sick.
They're probably going to do Storm first, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I mean, just look at these lightning accessories here. I'm like, do we really want Maximum Storm? You know, it's like,
yeah.
unless he comes with like a tornado base or something, that would be kind of cool.
Ooh.
I'm
The
sure
Toy
Marvel
Biz
selected
one.
that too. Yeah,
I was
okay.
gonna say Toy Biz did what they had a wall mounted one. I actually bought
Oh,
that.
nice.
Oh, word.
Unfortunately, the pegs are not compatible with like modern Legends, so
Lame.
unfortunately, it did not work.
Is it too big or small?
They are too big.
Oh, you can solve that.
Shave it down a little.
Yeah.
A little file.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't want to theory craft too much on Max. During a more slow week, we could definitely do that. But it is funny. I did not think we would talk so long about this Thor because I really thought we were going to talk a lot about the Hulk. And yeah, apparently I had a lot of thoughts on this that have been just
Right.
We can go back to Hulk. Let's rerun it. Let's go.
No, please.
Wind back the tape.
But yeah,
this is why it's garbage. Hasbro
yeah.
is stealing your money.
My God. Oh man. Comment sections have not been a fun place to look every once in a while on the past few days.
Never read the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It is funny because people it really is like black and white, like what world you live in, because on some level there were people who are like, this Toy Fair was awesome, and then other people are like, this Toy Fair sucked. So it's like
this Toy Fair killed my wife and son. Like, it's like that's the amount of like hate they give it, and it's insane.
there is a podcast / stream called Toy Anxiety / Yes Have Some YHS. They have a segment at the end of their episode, so it's called Sad Comments, and they just dramatically read stuff that they find in product reveals and releases and stuff, and it would be funny if it weren't like really just like, Jesus Christ, people, like,
yeah, they're just
like,
putting these people
down.
on blast. It's crazy.
I don't think they say their usernames. I think they're just reading what like people
Oh
say.
Yeah, they're just reading it.
Yeah, but it's still like you said, it is that level of like, you know, you killed my childhood levels of complaints and over like a figure not including like a single accessory, or my favorite is when like they can't find the links to pre-orders and they're mad at like Hasbro or whatever for
what
for
they're
that.
blasting it in the comments.
Yeah, they're like, I want to buy this figure, but you won't tell me where it is, and it's like, what? What?
Wait,
Anyway,
so you're deep enough in
the
that makes no sense on multiple levels.
Hey man, every once in a while it is kind of wild seeing those questions. I think I saw that with the Mac store, I saw someone like early in the morning post like, "Hey, so when does this go up for pre-order?" It's like they haven't said anything about that yet, my dude. Like
That happens every single reveal. Every
yeah,
single
like
one.
you'll find out when the rest of us find out. If they haven't said already that
Right.
it's gonna come at some point, you'll be told. Everyone on the
Every,
Reddit will post the link like a billion times.
everyone go for some reason people continue to get their news from Reddit rather than going to actual sources, and that will never not boggle my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, again, follow Preternia, follow Toy
Preternia.
Shiz, follow Toyark. There's tons of people
Follow
who
us.
yeah. Yeah,
Join
join
the
the
Discord. We post
Discord.
that stuff.
Join the
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah, like for real, there's just so much there's so many people that already do this. It's basically like automated. Like Preternia is a machine. Like it's just like they're just ready to go with links. And it's like, yeah. I'm sometimes I always impress myself when I get the links faster than like Preternia. Just like, yeah. Like I know what to look for. Uh I can beat the SEOs. Anyway. But yeah, favorite reveals for folks.
For me, I'm very Motu brain as of like the past like few streams. So all the Motu stuff, actually even the Justice League stuff or the DC stuff, Mattel revealed. So I mean, out of those two, of course, it's gonna be any of the Motu stuff. So
All right. Falcon?
Um, oh, there. Off the top of my head, honestly, I'm probably gonna go with the Matrix of Leadership.
oh yeah, dang, I
Like,
forgot.
there have been other ones made before that were kind of just static items. I think there was like I don't want to say put your fingers in the handles, and I don't remember if it had lights and sounds. But yeah,
Yeah.
like this one just has like it checks all the boxes. It does all the things.
It plays the touch.
It plays the touch.
It plays the touch.
Literally could not ask for more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it didn't open, if it played the touch, then I'm
But
in.
but then also the fact like the opening like the
Oh, yeah,
like that's
it
not
is
just
sick.
like Photoshop. Like if you watch videos of that thing, like the
It
lighting,
floats.
it looks evenly diffused. Like when it opens up, it doesn't look like super like obviously a toy. Like you can see like some posts coming out, but like it was really expertly crafted to be sort to create the illusion that it's just like a ball of energy in the middle.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, it is Thunder Megazord. I'm really hyped for
Yep.
that.
The thing I always liked about like any of the Megazords or Power Ranger stuff is like of course they double as Sentai toys as well. So like
yeah.
if you're a Sentai fan here in the US, you could always just buy the Power Ranger stuff because it's pretty much the same kind of. Just don't have the flipping head one. And it's not it's not your favorite character.
But yeah, that that is it for our coverage of Toy Fair. Coming in at like a decent amount of time, we did not. We controlled ourselves. We didn't go on
Yeah.
long winding rants about stuff. Even though I kind of did at the end there, but everyone else was well behaved. I'll call myself out. But yeah, so we will reconvene in 2 weeks. I highly doubt there's going to be any like big news between then and now. So we have plenty of fodder.
I don't know.
terms
At
of...
this rate, Super 7's gonna announce that they acquired Hasbro. So
Ah!
yeah, like we definitely have enough fodder between like, you know, what we would like to see for like the DC collector line, because Mattel is really cooking right now. Some maximum series stuff that Hasbro could do in the future. Plenty of things to just like theory craft and whatnot. Um, and there's no Wartorn. Wartorn is watching stuff this week because uh, honestly, I've just been very sick and have not been able to really keep track of what I have been watching, if I was watching anything. And on top of that, I did not think we would have anywhere near the time because of how much news there was. But is there anything anyone wanted to plug, Joestar?
Comics Explained. I mean, I've been watching them for like the longest time, so they help me catch up on all sorts of things that I don't have time to buy or read. So
I literally
yeah.
watched one of their videos for the first time like last
Oh,
week.
word. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm
good
like,
stuff.
tell me about Secret Wars. I need to know.
Oh man, let me tell you, man.
Dang,
Guys.
it's like he was in the room. Um, Falcon, anything to plug? Anything you're working on?
Nah, nothing from me.
Okay. Well, if you've stuck it out with us for this long, we greatly appreciate it. Like I said, folks like Preternia, Toyark are in the description of the stream. Follow them for, you know, just like all these amazing pictures that we had had access to. I was able to find through Toyark, and some taken by them themselves. Preternia is great for like finding out, you know, when stuff releases. He very much their graphics where like, hey, these are when each thing is coming out is super helpful. Um, and then I have Frogman's Finds and oh my gosh, I know. Oh, and Toy Snowman. They're both in the description. Not an ad, just like some cool folks in the space that are like smaller toy e-tailers that can always use your business and support. Yamcans did our channel logo, and if you want to keep up with the conversation on anything that we cover here and beyond, join the Discord, link in the description.